Morning. Oh, let's get the lights on. We on? We're on. Morning, morning, morning. It's actually the afternoon. Alright, are we all ready? So, sorry, I meant to go live a little bit earlier, but then I was making potato salad and I forgot to press the go live button and all of this, blah, 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 blah. But we're here now, and that's the important thing. And we are here for the Saudi eLeague Major. Now, some of you probably know what we're talking about when we say this. Hold on, let me just... YouTube seems to be bugging. Come on, YouTube. There we go. YouTube's got its act together, I think. Yeah, YouTube's got its act together. So if you're not watching YouTube, it's there as well. How did you get to press the live button? Well, my plan was, because I always start with music, is to set everything up, go press live, quickly finish making the potato salad, and then by the time I put the potato salad together, and that gives 10 minutes for everyone to get in, get ready, get settled, and then we go there. But I did all of those steps without pressing the live button before I left the desk, so it can happen. Hey, CX, is the fantasy over? Yeah, it's over. It says I can still make swaps still for next week. Is it for... No, it's over. It's finished. No desk action today, because Psycho is going to be playing in the games, and Chrissy is on a plane right now. So, yeah, really reasonable for him not to come to the desk today since he's on a plane. Hunter is also on a plane. I'm actually the only member of Uncoachable with his feet on the ground right now. So let me bring this up. I want that one. And let me show you what we're working with today. Some background music as well, shall we? As you can see, they're in the studio. Teams are getting ready on stage. So there's 4 games today. There's an A stream and a B stream. We're going to be following along with the A stream here. I have got a clean feed, so you'll get my dulcet tones over the top of the action. We're in the playoffs, okay? So it's Al-Qadsiya versus Bright Future, and this is on the B stream if you want to go see Al-Qad play. Here on the A stream, we're watching Team Vision versus Twisted Minds. There's also going to be the upper brackets and lower brackets from the respective days or respective fixtures. Now it's going to be, it says approximately 2 hours from now, and that might come forward or back a little bit depending on how close these games are. Obviously, very much the expectation for this upper bracket final is we're going to get Vision, we're going to get TM versus Al-Qad, a bit of a rematch of the grand final. Well, before I forget, actually, I'll get up a B stream, because even though Al-Qad are very much expected to win here, we can keep an eye on that between games. In terms of Bright Future, and this is... Oh, wait, why is it not coming up? Why is it not coming up? Hold on. Hold. That one? There we go. Is that working? Sorry. So, yeah. In terms of Bright Future, this is a roster in play. Captain Prash, Takuno, Texol, SXJ, all plays you might be somewhat familiar with. Poro plays you might have seen a little bit in OWCS last year when we had the bigger group stages as well. But all of these players sort of around bottom OWCS, top of Masters type level. I think that'll probably be a fair description. We might see a few of these people in action for Face It playoffs this weekend, which I'll also be covering a bit of on Saturday and Sunday. Alright, confirmation. Brain and Black Sword's going to be casting it. In Arabic, of course. But before I forget, I actually nearly did forget. I'll get over B stream as well. Let's see. Ooh. Not now. Is it my favorite somewhere? Which one is it? I'm assuming it's one of. It would be one of these two. It's a bit of an audio assault. Okay, so I think it's this one. This one I'm expecting to be the other team. Oh, it's only on YouTube apparently? Oh, okay. Oh, here it is right now. Alright, that works too. Okay. We're probably not going to be watching too much of the B stream. Mainly just want to keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye, because I imagine Al-Qad are going to 3-0, but we'll keep our eye on it, you know, just to be sure. All right. Hold on, sorry. I just need to reset up. Okay, there we go. All right, set up that. So let's move some of my buttons around. All right, Team Vision versus Twisted Minds. There we go. So I'm going to be on TM versus Vision. Hey everyone. Good boys. Do you think TM's match will be close given their best player isn't there? Yeah, I think it'll still... I mean, this game against Vision, I think it'll be reasonably close either way. What's this 7TV emote? Let me see. Yeah, we can add that one. Hold on, I'm not signed into 7TV. I had to... Oh, I was going to be playing Zone 2. Oh no, it's got me in. It's got me in. There you go. Yeah, I had to restart my computer and reset my browser a few times because I was trying to get this other game to work and it wasn't working. In fact, my 7TV isn't working either. How do I enable my 7TV on Twitch? Is that All right, confirmation here. Ilios, Lucio ban, Tracer ban. LCQ is on the 17th of this month, so 17th of July it starts. Yeah, the Alcad game, I can link you Dark Snake. It's they're doing an official broadcast for it as well. But now it'll be there. I don't think there's any English language coverage for it, but I think you will get the Arabic coverage. So you can see all the action. But I think we're loading into this Ilios. There we go. Everything's set up. Everyone got their predictions in. 20 seconds to get your predictions if you haven't already. No sound on it either. It's nice. Nice to have a bit of peace and quiet partway through the week. So, Team Vision here. AMDP is in. Violet 1 in the backline. Troy slow dive on the DPS. Obviously, if you weren't already aware, TM, because of the way the registration works for Saudi eLeague, Simple wasn't allowed to play. Because of when the original roster deadline was. So Psycho is playing support for them. Alright, predictions closed. And we can lock in a little bit here. So, imagine to see a bit of, well, very much the same as what we saw during the playoffs. But what we didn't see during the playoffs was, of course, Team Vision, who are currently trying to fight their way out of Face It Masters. But they start with a bang here, a couple of quick kills, and that's going to be first control over to Vision and a quick reset. Slow back around the corner from KSA as they try and come in. They are both playing the Alari version here, so it's a bit of a mix-up here in terms of slow and fast compositions. Very much slow and pokey, but they still have Symmetra in play for TM to move KSA around the map. Maybe you can use it to harass. Meanwhile, Troy is going to be playing a bit more of an independent game on the Sombra, just trying to get on these backline threats. You see him do it there, but Quartz covering fire. Astro will live, and now TM can move forward with their player advantage. Pressure onto the point as Quartz is walking up as well. They're just getting a few different angles on this Ram. AMDP's block is going to make him last for a long time, but eventually overpowered. Oh, no. Bloody Ram. Just won't die. So they concede the flip, but they can retake it as soon as Troy is back in the fight. Looking for a shot here. Quartz is going to connect again. Grapple as he knows another player is on that high ground now, waiting for it. Hits for Frail once with the body. Holding again, but Astro's actually pushed forward and got that kill while Quartz has kept him pinned in the corner. So right now, it is all Quartz all the way. Little bit of a push forward here. Going to get into the ult section of the game. Yubi's got his sim wall up. Annihilation for KSA. Astro nearly with the raid. In fact, it's nearly all 5 for TM. Going to likely be some version of a raid trade here. Obviously, TM's play in the final was very much dictated by disengaging in these big ult fights. But for now, they've lost Quartz early to Troy behind. So the Captive Sun comes out. Ray from 1 right now. And Astro doesn't have it yet. The sim wall comes in, but it's not in time to save Daniel. They flood back forward. And all of a sudden, TM They're on live support here. And EMP over the top feels heavy-handed. KSA's trade spooked them. And Team Vision, they get themselves back on point. But the EMP at the end makes it just painfully expensive. Now TM are going to retake. They've got a Ray advantage and Annihilation to throw into this one. Team Vision, AMDP can obviously... Oh, we're okay. AMDP is going to be able to match this Annihilation, which means the Rams can really stall each other out for a very long period of time. Astro's Ray will keep AMDP on the back foot, but it's all on Violet's Captive Son. He's gone so aggressively. He's killed Quartz immediately, 2 for Violet with that. The Captive Son is the difference maker. The Ray came out from Astro as well, and it is a disaster ult trade for Twisted Minds. Really there, Ray Annihilation on point. AMDP was going to be able to do nothing to play his life, but Violet is the X Factor. 2 with that Captive Son, messes it up, and now it is just Annihilation versus Annihilation, which means we're in for probably a potentially very slow, very long fight, but that's going to favour the team in control of point, which is Vision Esports. Freya pressure on the walk-up. Team Vision, you can see, they have no interest in a forward hold like we often see on this map. They are just going to be tanking up. Bastions around point, not literal bastions, but, you know, like the other word bastion. Choi's going to get Psycho in the back as well, and this Sombra continues to be a menace. Annihilation popped, but AMDP has a great angle for back shots right now, and they've made short work of KSA, and now AMDP with a closing Annihilation. Not the greatest, and Quartz has actually got a pick back in here. Violet's going to trade one right back, but now Quartz with a big swing. He's low though, but he takes someone with him. Now trying to punch Astro out of the air. AMDP cleans that one up, and they will be good for it in the end, just for supports and for a Ramantra there. And Team Vision start strong. Yeah, Walk has the, for people asking about Simple, is that. Basically, in this entire Saudi eLeague, they've been playing with Psycho because he played for a different team the prior stage. So I guess it's like an anti-compete ruling. But when it's a previous stage, it certainly feels pretty heavy-handed. Meaning TM are going to have to play with Psycho. Now, if you remember, they did do very well back in Major 1, if anyone watched those games with Psycho on Flex support. But Team Vision definitely seems to be going sort of from strength to strength at the moment after their sort of disaster relegation at the end of Stage 1. The roster changes have put them on another level, it feels like. If you remember on the latest episode on Coachable, when Psycho was talking about Team Vision, he said he thinks they're the 4th best team in EMEA right now, despite not even being in that top division. Early TP aggressively right now with a Diva swing. Ram onto the high ground here. They are getting all over AMDP, and he's getting absolutely destroyed in there. But the form, the Ram, means he's actually fine. Any other tank would be one shot in that situation, but this Ram will just live. KSA is now going to get cleared back. More harassment coming off, and Choi's actually picked off Quartz while they push forward here. As you can see, no Quartz to be seen. KSA is going to try and get out and swing onto the high ground. They do clear slow dive off that powerful position. Now coming to help. Here's Juno. KSA will clean this one up as well. And they can come back to point, deny the flip. And they should now finally be able to get rid of this Ram. Simbeam on one side, Diva on the other. Form is going to expire, and that'll be AMDP falling. Control for TM here, and look at UB's ult charge. 75% already on this Sim wall. KSA is going to walk forward, but yeah, they catch the back line late too. More free time off the clock. Oh. Yep, even more time off the clock as they keep pushing forward. Another 2 kills. There is a little bit of a back cap going on from Choi, but Quartz has eyes on that, so Choi is going to preserve his life. For those asking about the what's up for grabs, it's mostly money, plus I think the points will go... I won't say that, I'll check afterwards, but I think for the most part it's just a standalone tournament in Saudi Arabia. Obviously it will involve qualification to the next Saudi League major as well, but mainly just standalone tournament, win some money, win a trophy. Now the Kitsune Rush is going to come out from Psycho. Pressure onto AMDP, who tries to absorb that one. Violet with a Captive Son into the back. Eaten by KSA. He's everywhere. Nearly gets the kill on Astro regardless, but Astro has time to get the Ray off, and that Ray is going to lead to the kill on Violet. Now Quartz still in control of this high ground. More support in these high ground positions thanks to the Diva from KSA. Choi is going to try and clear him off there. Quartz is going to drop down. Now the hunt is on for the invisible Korean. Bolts come out, but Choi has given him the slip for now. Quick retake possible though from Team Vision. Slow dive has to be careful. Quartz is keen for this kill on the back line. He has for Bowler if he really wants to commit. Can commit with KSA here, but for now, TM are focused on point. Choi, EMP in hand, looking to try and get behind here. As for Juno, if he just wants to go for it, misses the virus in the sky, doesn't invest for EMP, just tries to beam them down. Asterix are half HP, they've lost slow dive on the point, now the bomb comes out from KSA. Team Vision need to use some of these ultimates, remake from KSA is safe. He's back in there as the Annihilation is used on point. KSA's going to kite that one out, they've lost one on the way in. Beret didn't come out, Beret is going, but one dies shortly afterwards. Now, EMP still available for Choi as they do get the flip thanks to that Annihilation. Troy going to regroup on the high ground. TM a little bit battered, a little bit bruised. KSA's in a lot of trouble here. Getting hacked up. Troy's going to reset on the high ground once more. TM get the flip back. They have this EMP for their next push where they just need to top up AMDP and then they can go. Looking for Troy's opening here. Is he just saving it for the sim wall? Troy, we might need it a little bit sooner than that. UB just standing all the way far back here and he's holding it. I feel like it's actually a big brain move from TM. UB, he just stands on the high ground with Symbol. Team Vision, all they want to do is EMP the Symbol. But UB, he's standing so far away, can't possibly get EMP'd. So if Troy was to commit an EMP on point, UB would just Symbol for free. So, mind games here between the Sim and the Sombra, and UB on top. 1-1 now.
Let's make this quick.
Moving on to Well, and we're going to get a very similar looking composition here from TM. The double flex support alongside the Diva. AMDP is going to continue to play Ramatra. Choi continues to play the Sombra. Slowdive is the one making a bit of a change here onto the Cass. So again, another map. You saw a lot on Lighthouse how KSA was able to negotiate better positions for Quartz with all of this. They try and rotate underneath here, swing through from KSA, just putting pressure on him. Slowdive's going to try and swing out main, but look at Quartz. He's got this high ground control. They kind of want Choi to try and minimize Quartz's impact here, deal with him, keep him out of these good positions, but it's so hard for Choi to do that job by himself. Meanwhile, Twisted Minds, they're using TPs, they have Quartz on the high ground, and KSA all supporting it. AMDP is going to try and get on UV, but outmanned and outgunned, overrun there. And TM will be good for first control here on Well. Simwall about halfway there for UB. Was a late kill onto Astro, so they can dip their toes back onto point here. KSA is low as well, so Twisted Minds have to concede so much space here. But KSA can keep it contested. Now the Ramatra is here. UB's with an off-angle TP on the left just to harass Team Vision. Vision haven't got the flip yet, though. KSA continues to tank it. Astro taking a few turns touching as well. But no, there goes the flip. Mismanagement of touches. Choi in the back. I think he got the kill. Come on, clean feed. Come on, clean feed. Come on, clean feed. Is it because Nissa's on as well? I can close that out of respect. Is it gone? Is my stream still fine for you guys? OBS says it's fine. Oh, we've jumped. I need the A stream, the A stream. This one. Oh. We're getting a piece at a time here. Sorry about this, guys. Is Twitch gonna work?
ميتك ما قدر ياكل الكابتن سن وارتز راح سببها برا الفايت لكن اغلب لعيبه تويستد ماين ترى لو اتش بي برغم انه جايبين كلين اللي ممكن جدا يخسرون.
I'll get it back, guys. Bear with me. It's struggling.
يستعمل فيها ديوبان بالوول. نجد حاليا حميد يمكن يلبس الميك ولا لا؟ ما لبس الميك، وهذا الشيء بيكلف تيم تويستد مايندز حاليا كل بكل. الفايت المين بدون تانك تيم تويستد مايندز. لكن
as for saying again, I get like it down and regroup as they lost so many people in that. They're going to have to come back and regroup TM with 4 ultimates though. So Vision have a few options here. The Annihilation can soak up some of this aggression from TM, but really they need EMP impact. We'll see if they go for the same thing where they save for EMP for a wall. Oh my god, they hide in swing and KSA just kills him in front of anyone. Unreasonable kill for KSA to get across the map. 1 shots for High Noon. Disaster start for Team Vision, and now they need more out of them. It's going to be a Ray to start the fight. No support ult to match with, and Team Vision, it's going to be a very easy concession off that point. Back in control, Twisted Minds, they've held onto this sim wall as well. Eyes now though on this. Again, it's this EMP wall interaction between UB and Troy. Last time around, UB was very quick just to hold that EMP for everything they just hold that EMP until the wall came out. Troy now, decision to make. Coming around the right-hand side. Looking for it now. Just EMPs catches for Sim in these sidelines. EMP over the top. Annihilation from AMTB to try and finish. But UB lives long enough to get the wall out. Now the wall is out. But KSA can't get back into mech. It's tank advantage for Team Vision. Come on, clean feed. Hold on, hold on. Now it's a swing from Quartz. He's got that symbol to help him go with eyes on the backline. Damage onto Violet. But One and Violet, they live for now. They need to help AMDP. The double pocket coming in, but it's too much. UB is fully talks. He walks forward and kills 2. Team Vision are going to get it up to 99%. But I don't think they can get much more. UB's going to finish them off as well. Now, coming down to final fight. TM with 1 more retake, and it's a pretty even race situation. 1 slightly ahead, but Astro is catching up fast. Eyes on Violet, though. Captive Sun, potential clutch opportunity for him in this raid trade as well. And now they found the Sombra, but Psycho can't confirm the kill. They no choice over there. Astro's trying to scout it out now. Speed Ring and TP aggressively as well. There's for Captive Sun, all over the top. Quartz, though, he takes down Violet. The Ray comes in from 1, but it doesn't find any kills. Astro now with a Ray that will surely secure it for him. Tries to find the Sombra behind. AMTP has got a trade kill, but he is on the run. He is trying to live, but he cannot. And now it's going to be desperate swaps just to try and trigger the overtime here. Troy's going to get the first touch, but he is in big trouble. Anyone else able to get the next touch? Here comes slow dive on the soldier. Need the touch, can't get it, and TM do close it out. Whoa. All right, let me catch up to live now. My God. Anyone else get jump scared? Anyone else wearing headphones? Anyone else regretting wearing headphones today? But certainly signs of life there. I can't hear you. That's because you've now gone deaf, unfortunately. Alright, Cash and the Preds. Let's take a look. That's the wrong window. This is the right window. Yeah, sorry about those issues. I'll try and find best solution. I feel like it was probably just my internet acting up. Because OBS then, like, it was lagging, and then OBS had problems with connection. Also, Bright Future. We'll watch a little bit of a Bright Future game in between. So this is the other upper bracket game going on right now over on the B stream. I'll link the B stream as well in chat if anyone's actually considering more. For everyone asking about the internet, if you live in the UK, you will know what I mean, or you will know, I guess, like the relevant what this is compared to a normal internet. But I currently pay £75 for my internet. The problem isn't the speed of the internet, the problem is the stability. But the problem is you can't pay for stability. If I could pay for stability, I would. The problem is that's not an option. Yes, Virgin Media. Shout out Virgin, yeah. I mean, I used to be with BT, who is the other ISP in the UK, which is which basically in the UK there's a lot of different ISPs, but only 2 companies actually own their independent lines. One of those is BT, one of those is Virgin. I am with Virgin because they provide fiber lines. I was with BT before. See, because everyone's going to tell me that BT clears, but ask Chris next time you see him what it was like when I was on BT ISP working remotely for London. My internet would go down for 2 to 4 hours, like once a week, every night, and I just couldn't attend scrims, I couldn't work. So that's why I originally swapped off BT. Obviously, it's fair to say some of this is a little bit area by area in terms of stability, depending on where you live in the UK. But that's why I moved away for BT.
Because they are wank. Happy 14 months,
Thanks, Doishi. So, yeah, I understand. I'm sorry it's bad. I know it sucks. I feel the pain too. But I feel like I've explored the options. Rip BT sponsor? I wouldn't want him anyway. Virgin Internet so dog shit for me. Yeah, I think, like, speaking to people, because I have, like, friends who live in different places in the country, and there is a little bit of regionality to it. Yeah, exactly what Shumu said. Oh, game is live. You tricked me. Why are you limited to Virgin or BT? So, there are other ISPs in the UK, but pretty much all of these ISPs, they all just use BT's lines. So you don't actually get a different one. You tell me Alcad are losing? They've got them right where they want them. Captain Prash is going to rate in. Window back from Landon. Kellex has for rally as well. Insta-kill onto Captain Prash as he comes through here. Good lamp from Landon keeps the backline alive. Pockets Lubta through this slow. And they are holding onto this high ground. Now Kellex with the rally to finish the job on the right-hand side. Finishes that one off. They're low, but they're living. Except for Lubta. But Alcad hold on to that one. Expensive vote. Yep, Kitsuno Rush, retake for Tekuno. Alcad really need... We'll finish this map, or this round rather, and then we'll jump back onto the mainstream. Swing it back round. Who is MBHD? Is that their real name? Either way, coming back in, Lando's going to shut down SXJ. Disaster start right now for Bright Future. Slow onto the backline. Poro plays is keeping the point contested, but Ziad is regrouping with his team on high ground. They've got all these angles. Annihilation is out now as well, but Poro plays is being kept at arm's length. Ziad will get the bomb, and he gets the bomb kill onto Poro. Simwall from Checkmate. I'm not sure how good it is, really, but I think that will more than do the job. And Alcadcia will close out the round. All right, Hollywood for next map. Let me do the Preds for you as well. You won't have too long to Pred here, so lock in. Yeah, for people asking about the support of the Brig player on Alcad, it will be Kellex, yeah. Did it actually say Haku? I would have presumed it was Kellex. What's Vision's tank pool? AMDP, mostly RAM. Very much. Is it actually Haku? Oh, okay. Nottingham. But yeah, AMDB's tank pool very much mostly Ramatra, KSA light, bit of Diva, but was a bit surprised not to see AMDP pull out any kind of Diva as we went through that Ilios, you know, onto the. Especially well and Lighthouse. So it seems like he's very much just plans to play RAM forever. Picasso said Kellex won't play this tourney. What a tool. I mean, to be fair, the tourney is only today and tomorrow. Can I get airband internet there? What's airband? Yeah, AMDP isn't on the OWCS roster. It's Tama who plays mostly for them. Yeah, and Alba on support. How close was the map? Yeah, first map was really close. Alright, I thought this was actually going to start a little bit quicker. Are they going to pause on this stream as well? Alright, yeah, but so we're going to pause on the Alcad game as they go into the third one. And we're still waiting for Hollywood to get underway here. I can look up the prize pool for you. Oh, no I can't. To be confirmed. I don't know if that's really true. There's maybe... Let me get... I imagine it was more likely there was information at the start of the tour, at the start of the stream. Which one? This one's what I want. Let's see. I'm just looking for graphics. Standings. Schedule for today. Players. Maybe not then. Never just into the map. Oh. Alright, we'll come back to it. Let me lock in. What's the temperature over there like? It was like 33, 34 yesterday, but today it has dropped to a cool 21. Which is very good news for a man who's going to have to try and sit in a small room and talk about Overwatch. Alright, so Hollywood is for choice. TM are going to have to suffer through this sim ban, which means it is time for UB to move on to Tracer. Twisted Minds are going to ban the Alari on the other side just to try and force Violet off one of the heroes he's been playing so much for Vision Esports. So instead, we're going to get fairly similar looking compositions in terms of a double flex backline. Imagine both Kiris for both teams are going to be playing very much to support their Tracer and Genji respectively. Freya v Freya matchup as well. So let me just try and stop myself getting flashbanged a little bit. And then we can lock in for this one. Let me get you some game volume back as well. Alright. Predictions closed. Lock it in. No crazy picks, really. Oh, it was smooth the entire time, no? I swear it was smooth the entire time until until we actually needed it. Alright, hold on. Bear with me a sec. I'm going to try. Alright. Let me do this first fight. I'll try and get it before fights. Or between fights, rather. Oh, maybe I won't. What is it? Sorry about this, guys. Bear with me while I'm trying to fix stuff. Hold on. Sometimes you gotta let the Overwatch speak for itself, right? Thank you to Big Yak.
Here's some money to upgrade the internet.
Very much welcome. Alright. Alright, I looked away. You guys talked me through that first fight, because I was... Okay, let me try this. Hold. 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 Alright. I think that has helped. If not, then I'm really out of ideas. All right, give me. I'm just going to try putting it on the main broadcast for a little bit here, and see if we can. We'll have the Arabic casters in the background, but I'm just hoping, you know, smoother picture. Yeah, I don't think. Thing is, I don't think it's the internet speed. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it feels like it's not the internet speed because the stream would surely suffer a little bit during all of it. But let's try on the main stream with the Arabic casters behind me, and we'll take it from there. We're moving on to the Hollywood second point, and it was a pretty efficient first point for Team Vision, all things considered. Thank you, Thanorus, as well, for the prime.
Helping out for the internet pot as well. Thoughts and prayers for Virgin Media.
Choi and Violet going to come up trumps on this side fight, and that's going to give some very crucial space for Team Vision. The high ground so important on the Hollywood second. As we see Choi come out onto that, try and hold that position so Slowdive can make use of it. Twisted Minds are going to have some ults to work with, but they've lost UB early again. Violet and Choi taking over on this side fight now, and you see Choi's above right now. Pressure onto the backline, stick is good. Astro's going to fall, Psycho's drop the Kitsune Rush, but they need more than just this one trade. AMDP, he's trying to anchor the point, but KSA now has form disadvantage, and now AMDP can really push it on him here. Quartz is trying to relieve the pressure, but Slowdive swings with that one. UB is back in, he's trying to take over the touch for a bit, and AMDP's gone too far. A crucial mistake from the young tank, and now a chance to stabilize for him. All around all around KSA. Team Vision had everything going for them in that fight. Early picks, increasingly strong position, but AMDP gets caught off in the front line. And now they're going to reset. And it's Team Vision who have to find a way around this high ground. They've got an Annihilation to work with. Quartz has come back on the cast as well here. Trying to cross the bridge right now. AMDP will get over to the other side, but UB is looking to get behind him here. You can see Choi just looking to harass KSA on the way up. As KSA goes up, he goes down, and he's going to join Violet on the flank here. Meanwhile, UB's in the backline as well, trying to combine with KSA. Thank you, Baxter. Pressure it now as both backline, both hit scans are going to fall. Annihilation, not quite there yet for KSA as he's getting hunted down by AMDP. He gets another kill, he gets 2 kills! How on earth? KSA, no form, no problem, gets both backliners. Unbelievable from KSA, he was on the run, but he's just beamed them. Threw all these orbs at them. And now it's going to be another reset for Team Vision. Huge clutch from KSA to keep hold of his second point for them. And now, yeah, TM gets to start the high ground. They got both support ults and Annihilation, every possible tool they could need. Team Vision going to have to rely potentially on their Tracer Kiriko to, 1, pressure a point to help them rotate in, and 2, just find value with their ultimates because they are at big ult disadvantage. AMDP has gone Diva here. Coming through. Bowler is out from Slowdive, doesn't find anything. Drop off of a low ground, off a high ground rather, and Astro's going to drop that Ray. Kitsune rushes out from Violet now. Pressure on. Pulse Bomb is good. Helps finish off KSA. Vision have an opening all of a sudden. That's the Annihilation falling as well. Twisted Minds are backing out. They're trying to play for a recontest with this Kitsune rush. They have ult advantage now, TM, but they are going to concede all position on the map. They have to wait for KSA to get them out of this choke. UB's going to come through right inside, gets himself underneath and behind. AMDP has seen him but can't stop him. Now UB's going to get himself on the back line, and Violet's going to try and take that duel. He's low HP already. Slowdive's got the better of Quartz off screen right now, but Violet, he wants to push UB. Swinging in, pulling it around. Now Kitsune Rush has been well kited by Team Vision. They've still got 30 seconds, and Violet finds the kill. AMDP is on the back line. This is all the space in the world now. KSA is trying to preserve himself on point, but they just kill everyone else. They go around KSA. They leave him stuck. And now they're able to turn it around. Focusing on this one now, going to be second point going the way of Vision after isolating KSA. And you can see the change in playstyle as AMDP has gone on to the Diva. They want to ignore KSA in a lot of these situations. This is what Alcid Seal were doing, and it was something that was causing Twisted Minds real problems. If you remember in that grand final, eventually TM just ended up mirroring the Diva with TVNT in for large parts of it as well. Slowdive, trying to poke KSA out of this one. Bowler onto the high ground. Quartz is going to get caught, which is by a bit of splash damage, but the Ray keeps going forward, and that's run over KSA. Quartz is still on the high ground, trying to fight away. UB's looking for a trade in the back, comes out, UB can't quite find the kill. Slowdive comebacks to save his Kiriko. And now the payload's going to keep moving forward. Violet has the Kitsune Rush. Violet has the Kitsune Rush, but Twisted Minds nearly have both support ults. They just need a little bit of extra charge, and if you look where the cart is, they do indeed have the time for it right now. Kitsune Rush for Violet if he wants to start it, but they'll have to factor in a back step. Now they come in, but there's a timing here. They don't have it yet. Troy's going to hit the pulse bomb. Now Psycho has the Kitsune Rush. They are desperate for this, but they've lost 2 players. Psycho, he needs kills with that Kitsune Rush, but AMDP is just going to mark all of it. Psycho's actually fighting for his life. UB recalls back to point. They need kills. They're trying to play on the Kitsune Rush. They're trying to play to live. 8 HP. No heals coming through. They can't get the touch. Team Vision. Self-destructs on point. Quartz is hiding there. Ball comes back from KSA. He's on point for a little bit. They're trying to send it into overtime. They will get it into overtime thanks to KSA on the ball. But Vision, they complete the map still. Alright, that felt a bit smoother, right? Mehdi. Sorry. Alright, do you want to give the clean feed one more go? Okay, we have that as our backup option, so we can always go there if we need it. KSA top 5 ball players. I mean, he's starting to get a reputation a little bit for decent plays on the last minute ball swap. Sorry, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Alright, sorry, lock it back in. I had to deal with something. Arisen this time from AMDP as Twisted Minds now have to full cap the map. KSA gonna meet heads with this Orisa as well. Slow, over the top, just trying to force these cooldowns, and they have got both cooldowns out now, so AMDP is going to concede a little bit of space, and Twisted Minds have more to work with. Psycho just pocketing everyone on, eyes on the Tracer behind. Slowdive can't find any meaningful damage with this one. They've managed to stall this one out here, but it's very much a stalemate, slow and pokey. Eyes on the Tracers if they can make any inroads here for either team. UB is just teaming up with KSA right now in the front line. Then blinked onto the Baptiste, forces the Lamp out of one there. Lamp just saving from the melee. Violet is TP to him now as well. But UB has pulled this backline into the... right underneath Quartz, actually. Quartz has come over the roof at the same time. Nice work from the TM DPS to eliminate that backline. AMDP loses all his support on the front line. And it is clean up there. UB and Quartz with the opening play for Twisted Minds. Whenever you get into these slow, sort of stalematey situations, it's always going to be, invariably, which DPS can find the shot, which DPS can make the play first. And in that time, Twisted Minds DPS, a bit more initiative, found it earlier. There is a late trade onto Astro here, which is causing them problems, and they don't even trade Troy for it. So AMDP has actually gotten to point, so they're not quite done just yet, Team Vision. Slow onto the back line. Window comes out from one, but it's just in the room. Now Pulse Bomb comes out. Ah, fuck you, clean feed. Pulse Bomb comes out from Choi, connects onto Quartz. One is going to trade this one, and they are just holding. Yeah, maybe it's just for clean feed. Sorry about this, guys. We'll just go back to the main feed. Because this was smooth. Hold! Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Yeah, it might just be the clean feed. They sort of set it up last minute for me, so maybe teething problems and all that. But no problem doing it over this one as well. Gonna be double support ult coming back for TM, a clear advantage. Violet can mirror one of them, mirror the Kitsune Rush, but there's just more ultimates. Team Vision are gonna start with a high noon. Oh, for 180 kills, UB! Had that ready to go. The lamp to save Slowdive as well. Annihilation as he continues to try and push for Cass right now. But KSA, it's just arms up right now. He can't push any of these key targets. He's trying to just stabilize and isolate AMDP, but AMDP shot him in the back. Disaster fight for Twisted Minds for Ray, the Annihilation, all added. And now they are pushing, they'll get Psycho out of there as well. Just about. Team Vision having a look, seeing if they can catch any more, but TM, that was their big ult advantage. That was both support ults and Annihilation. They now only have 1 minute left on the clock. Team Vision, Window and Pulse Bomb, not the greatest ults in the world, but it's better than nothing. It's better than just a bowler. Twisted Minds need some miracles right now. Window onto the high ground early. Slowdive peeking through that one. They're trying to kite underneath. KSA still has the form. He is half HP though. He needs more help. He's just isolated. Joy is marking the Tracer flank as well, as Twisted Minds want to try and get a trade. But it looks like they're just going to slow it down. No, they're going to wait for a full reset. UB has gone deeper and deeper behind. KSA going on to the Diva now. So again, Twisted Mind's playstyle is going to change slightly. UB taking the duel with Violet. Recall has been forced. Violet's not just forced for Recall. A little two-tap at the end. The threat behind is taken care of. And now Choi pressuring the back line. They want more kills right now, Vision. If they get late kills here, the recontest is going to be completely screwed for Twisted Minds. But no, Vision opt for safety. Twisted Minds nearly have a Ray ready to go. And another Kitsune Rush. Slowdive has high noon. Bit premature from Slowdive here. Twisted Minds will still have an attempt at this. But they have to move a little bit before they have any support ults. Coming in, Hinder hits foe. UB gets taken down, but he has triggered overtime. Now the Kitsune Rush push comes out. Astro responds with Beret. Psycho nearly has a Kitsune Rush as well, but they have to get on point. KSA needs so much help. Beret, it's not enough for him. The baby goes down. Pulse Bomb is available as well. Quartz with a desperate leap in. The Kitsune Rush is here, but it's too little too late. Astro gets finished off. And Team Vision full hold. Twisted Minds.
صراحة مستوى جبار شفناه من فريق فيجن اي سبورت انك تهلك فريق تويستد ابدا مو سهل ابدا ما هو فريق عادي فاعتقد ان تويستد لازم يراجع اموره لازم يراجع اوراقه بالذات باختياره لل
Hold on, let me just okay. Sorry, it was a bit of a scuffed start today because we started so last minute. Let me go just mind.
والله كان في ضغط جدا 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 عالي على كوارت. كوارت مو قادر يتنفس هذا الماب مو قادر يتنفس. سلو دايف تفوق عليه الصدق يا ابرين واثبت نفسه.
Little shot stopping in the other game.
هذا الفايت كيسي جاب.
Oh wait, no I am on the B stream.
اتوقع اغلبهم كانوا لو اتش بي. هذا الشيء اللي كلف فيجن السبورتات لكن
Are we still in this pause? We still pause on the B stream? Okay. Alright then, so we've not missed anything. So, in terms of a bracket where we are right now, let me refresh this for you. In terms of a bracket where we are right now, it's currently 1-1 Team Vision versus Twisted Minds, and it is 1 round to 1 round in the opening Oasis as they have a big technical pause on the other side of the bracket as well. So we'll try and keep you informed of all that. Somebody asked as well about the coach for Team Vision. Animo is the answer. Do you remember Animo? From New York? Well, he's from Korea, but he played for New York. Drop bears would clear? Hard agree. Hard agree. You searched for Animo before we got Coach Sun? Oh, really, Flack? But he got a crazy offer from Vision. Half of course. Was on Florida as well. Yeah, for those in YouTube chat asking as well about Simple, THQM has the correct information, even if it sounds a little bizarre. Yeah, played on a different team in stage 1, and there's some sort of anti-competition rule, I guess it is, which means he's not allowed to play on a different team in stage 2. So I presume that rule only applies for a single stage, and he should be back for stage 3, or the major 3, I should call it rather. But yeah,
كان قريب انه يكبتر البوينت الاولى من اول فايت الا انهم تساقطوا. فنياس مات بعد ما راح للدرج. يوبي جاء هيد شوت من سلو دايف قدروا يرجعون فيها من
It's like being cup tied in football. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Even though it's you don't really see it because we've gone from major 1 to major 2. You don't normally see it from like stage to stage, you know.
مو قادر يتنفس ابد. يعني خلينا نقول يمكن برز بفايتين عكس مثلا بالاتاك حقهم ابدا مو قادر يتنفس. فايلوت كان مزعج. حتى شفنا الفايت اللي راح هو وراه فايت هو 1v1.
Oh, thank you, Hoj.
بعد الريكول على طول حتى ما استوعب
Appreciate my 14 months. 14 months. So yeah, all right. Uncharacteristic mistakes, I think, from TM. Really, when I look at how they lost some of those fights, the support ult value from team has been really low in this, especially on that Hollywood. Ray push is not working. Kitsune Rush push is not working. To be fair, the last fight they just didn't quite have them in time, you know. But even throughout, they've really been struggling. It feels like as well in a sort of Violet plus Choi versus UB but plus Psycho. It feels like Choi and Violet very much getting the better of that side fight early on as well.
موجود معنا لكن النتيجة حاليا 1-1 ونعرف انه يفوز راح يقابل القادسية او برايت فيوتشر في المباراة القادمة في النهائي. فلا تروحون بعيد. فاصل بسيط وراجعين لكم باذن الله.
Alright, I might go grab another Pepsi while it feels like we've got a slightly longer break than this between the maps, okay? So I'll leave you with these guys. Evening, Nicholas. Exactly, Hadi. Let me grab a Pepsi, because this Pepsi is all but gone. Oh, countdown on B stream? Do you want me to leave you with the B stream up? Alright, I'll leave you with the B stream. And I'll grab a drink real quick. Wait, is it your birthday, Flack? Happy birthday, Flack!
اهلا وسهلا، رجعنا لكم بعد البريك البسيط اللي صار معانا. مشاكل بسيطة بس صارت مع اللاعبين، بس ان شاء الله تنحل في اسرع وقت. خليني اذكركم بشكل سريع اللي صار معانا في الجيم. لاحظوا ان فريق برات فيوتشر قدر انه يسيطر على البوينت الاولى، وقدر انه يسيطر، خلينا نقول معلش القادسية بلا صح، لا معلش، لا الاول برات فيوتشر بعدين القادسية، والحين معانا نشوف انه برات فيوتشر ماخذ 60%. هنا نشوف انه الفايت بدا معانا على طول، نشوف انه فريق القادسية قدر انه يسيطر على البوينت، والان ما زال السيطرة مستمرة معاه. هنا نشوف انه القادسية قاعد يواجه نوعا ما مشاكل في الاتصال او في الجيم، ولكن انحلت الحمد لله، رجع معانا الجيم من احسن ما يكون.
طيب زي ما شفنا الحين فريق القادسية صراحة هو زيادة اخذ بك على تك، صراحة تك رهيب جدا بيعطي افضلية للقادسية. تشيك ميت يكمل على ان بي. صراحة فريق القادسية حاليا يعتبر مسيطر على الجيم. اداء صراحة ممتاز منهم. نشوف ضغط لسه مو مخلينهم حتى وهم متراجعين، مو مخلينهم بحالهم. بس نشوف في فلانك فيس اب تبي تسوي كونتست اس اكس جي، هل نقدر نسوي شيء؟ لا والله قاطينه، والله قاطينه فريق القادسية.
فعلا لاحظ انه اس اكس جي قاعد يحاول قدر المستطاع انه قاعد يزعج فريق القادسية، وانه يعطي افضليه كبيره لصالح فريق برات فيوتشر. ما زلنا نشوف انه فريق برات فيوتشر قاعد يحاول يسيطر على البوينت، ما زلنا نشوف انه القادسيه قدروا انهم يلقون البوينت قدر المستطاع، ولكن ويندو ولا اروع نزل عن طريق لاندين، قدروا انهم يمسكون فيه الهاي جراوند. صراحه جدا صعب الفريق برات فيوتشر، خصوصا انه الوان نازل.
Alright, Alcad. Looks like they're overturning the first round. Looking good for what is going to be, well, it's final fight if they die late here. Yeah, Poro's there. Running out from Haku. Self-destruct comes out. Drop to the low ground from Poro. He's not going to survive it either. And this last retake is going to be so scuffed. It should be Alcatraz to win. They can high noon pretty early as well. All comes down to the Kitsune rush. They're trying to make the touch really hard as well on that Tracer now. Doesn't get it. No one can touch. Slide in. Denied. No, can't make it. Alcad win the first map.
الصراحة فريق القادسية ورانا انه فعلا عنده شخصيه، ورانا فعلا انه هو البطل، وانه فريق القادسيه ما راح يستسلم بسهوله.
فعلا صراحة أداء مرة ممتاز من فريق القادسية، قدروا ياخذون الماب الأول.
All right, so it took a while to get to the end there, but it will be
والله راح عن بالي
جاب شامبيونون
فايلت يعني
will be Alcacia closing that one out.
فايلت كويس بس شوف حاليا
All right, I'm locking in now.
اتفق معك صراحه.
I feel like we're past the issues.
خصوص ميجر 2
Fingers crossed.
مين يفوز؟
When will Chris Cope session? So Chris is on holiday. He's flying today right now. All of Uncoachable are flying except for me. Someone had to stay at home and work, didn't they?
يعني اتفق معك بشكل كبير لكن عندي اختلاف بسيط. اوكي انا اتوقع القادسيه زيك اتفق.
But we're going to record an episode of Uncoachable when he is back. That should be early next week. We'll record, so it will be late next week. It's probably out.
اوكي.
بس مين من السبورت؟ هذا اللي بنعرف.
عاد لندن ماخذ ام في بي الستيج 2 حق اوروبا فممكن ياخذ الدور السعودي بعد ليش لا؟
طبعا هذه هي نهايه جلسه النقاش خفيفه لطيفه، وكان معكم عمر دابري.
كان معكم فيس محلل الدوري.
نراكم قريبا.
We got a break here as well. Break central. Is this one going in a little bit quicker? Just replays or highlights now for first one. What do I think of a last chance to qualify for Esports World Cup? Pretty disappointed in it in the end. Originally, when it was announced, I was like, oh, this is going to be cool as fuck, you know? Like, we're going to have all the sort of, like, next up teams go into this big LAN tournament in Riyadh. A lot of the teams that don't often get these LAN opportunities are going to have a great chance to face each other. We'll get answers to questions like, who is better, NA 4th or EMEA 4th? We'll get these sorts of matches on, like, a LAN environment on a big stage. That will be really cool. But when they then announced that it wasn't qualification to the last chance qualifier, you just got invited and you had to pay your own way. With the nature of two of the top Korean teams going in Falcons and Zeta, it really sort of took away a lot from the tournament. So it feels super scuffed right now, and it's essentially going to be, you know, it's going to be a pretty glorified just playoff between Falcons and Zeta, which, to be honest, the grand final is actually still going to be really cool, I think, in terms of getting to see Falcons versus Zeta Division, super high stakes match. Can Falcons deny Zeta Division another LAN opportunity? Disaster for whichever team loses that one, you know. So the grand final of last chance qualifier, I think, is still going to be top tier. But I imagine the rest of it is going to be a little bit rubbish. Like, for an NA team, 15k needed to appear and hotel and plane trips and another hotel while waiting for the main event if you make it, yeah. And I think it's 10k if you make it. Disrespect for Team Vision. Yeah, what? Well, do you really think Team Vision are close to Zeta Vision and Falcons? I mean, it would be outrageous storyline if Violet beat Zeta Division, right? That would be incredible. But it's why a lot of the other teams aren't bothering to go, because that Falcon Zeta gap is so big. It's most likely a failed venture if you spend your money to go. Yeah, I don't know about SSG in terms of what their decision is, but my guess at the moment would be I wouldn't expect them to be there. I expect we're gonna see Zeta and Falcons, obviously. We're gonna see Team Vision, but I don't know how many more teams we really see. As in, like, notable teams from other regions type thing. Yeah, I mean, Genji are in Saudi, maybe, possibly. But I don't know if, given the state of their team, it's the sort of thing they'll bother investing in. Because remember as well, the nature of the last chance qualifier is you can't change any players. So you'd have to just go with the same roster. I mean, I guess like in terms of affordability, maybe it becomes more reasonable, right? But maybe they'll go. But I don't expect them to, like, they're not beating Falcons or Zeta. What do they do if they can't get enough players? Oh, you mean, or do you mean like teams? Well, no, because I imagine they'll just, like, I think it said in the announcement, I can't remember the exact phrasing, but it's very much like they'll change the tournament format based on the number of teams that attend, you know? So they've got like the full plan for if it's a 16-team tournament, and that's the max. And then if 12 show up, if 8 show up, they'll just make the format smaller to accommodate however many teams they actually have in the end. You'd be surprised if it's more than 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if some of the Saudi eLeague teams will go just for the... You know, because if you're... Say you're a Saudi eLeague team, right? So if I show you some of these rosters, for example, and then we talk about the price of hotels and flights and all of this. Well, actually, if you're a team like, I'll just pick one at random, but if you're a team like Stallions, for example, actually, let's use Bright Future since they actually made it, you know, since they're actually in the top 4 here. But then all you need to do in terms of costs is Poro and MBHD. All you need to do is, you know, train, taxi, whatever it might be, and then hotel. And then you have to pay free flights instead. And then if there's only a few teams going, maybe you're guaranteed like 4th place or something. And maybe it ends up being a worthwhile venture for some of these Saudi eLeague teams because their costs will be lower. You look at maybe some of these teams which have like an even higher sort of popular density of Saudi players as well. There's maybe like more affordable options there. So for some of the smaller Saudi eLeague teams, they might just sort of enter for the sake of it, essentially. But, you know, kind of from my perspective as someone who's mainly interested in let's see the best Overwatch teams play each other, doesn't improve the tournament as, I guess, as a neutral spectator. How do you fix the last chance qualifier? I mean, the last chance qualifier is a great idea. There's nothing wrong with the idea. The only bit that has scuffed it is asking the teams to pay their own way. What I think they should do, what you could do, right? How long do we have? Because let me give you a pitch, okay? Let me give you a pitch. There was no last chance qualifier last year, so we didn't. This is like a new thing. What they should do, right? All the teams who didn't qualify, all the teams that didn't qualify for the top 16, fuck them. You didn't qualify. Get over yourselves. You don't get a last chance. You don't get another chance. Fuck off. Piss off. What you do with the last chance qualifier is you take our 16 teams attending the Esports World Cup, you send them to Riyadh at the time of the last chance qualifier. You have them play like a group stage, and what you do is you take that last chance qualifier, you make it basically a group stage of the Esports World Cup. We have one weekend that is the group stage, and then the next weekend, the actual originally scheduled Esports World Cup, is a big playoffs. And you could do this format in a few different ways, you know? Maybe you say, top team from every region auto-qualifies to week 2, right? They also qualify to week 2, and then the remaining 12 teams, they go into a big group stage during the weekend of the last chance qualifier. They play a big old group stage. Thank you, ArsKaz995, for the 16 months prime as well. You do that. You do a big old group stage. We get to see all the EMEA teams, all the NA teams, all the Korea teams play each other. They filter themselves out. And then, depending on how many spots you have, let's say you have like, let's just say you do the top 1 from each region, right? So NA, EMEA, Korea, who am I missing? China. And maybe Crazy Raccoon out of respect as well, right? Maybe these teams all auto-qualify to week 2. And then you have the remaining 12 teams playing this group stage. Top 3 go here. And then, how many more flights are you paying for if you are the Esports World Cup? 0, because you were going to fly in these 16 teams anyway. So then, all you're actually doing is 3 of these teams go to here, so we have 8 teams here. 9 of these teams are going to go home after the first week, right? That's fine. So all you are actually paying for is 1 extra week of hotels and food and practice areas for these top 8 teams. That's all you're paying for. And then what you do then is you make the Esports World Cup by far the best format we have of any major. By far, you get way more international competition, which is what we all are deprived of in Overwatch. And you get a huge spectacle. And by doing this, you have so much time on the Esports World Cup itself to do a full, like, you do a double elim bracket, you could do 2 small groups into a double elim or single, whatever, you know? Like, you've got so much time and space for these top 8. You got 4 days for this top 8. You could do double elim. You could probably even do double elim best of 7 if you really wanted to, you know? And then we get 2 weeks of great Overwatch action that builds really nicely. And then you get the huge major spectacle at the end, you know? And cost-wise, the only difference is an extra week for 8 teams. And that's not like nothing money, right? But the Esports World Cup, they're an event that spends money, right? So this will give a lot of freedom. Like, I think if you're going to bother adding an extra week of competition, do that. And from what I understand, this first last chance qualifier isn't actually going to be on the main stage. You're going to be in one of the exhibition. Like, last year, the exhibition hall had its own, like, mini stage. Not a huge audience area, but a nice mini stage. But that's fine. If you watch CS or some of these other esports, what you'll see is when they do the group stage for the major, they don't have a crowd. They don't sell tickets. They just use the stage and production and all of that. And then they just show it online. So you just do it, like, full stage and production, but behind closed doors, essentially. So that's what they should do with the last chance qualifier to get the most out of it. Oh, thank you, Foresight, for the gift to Trash Panda. Thank you very much. And that's how you solve it. Thank you, no idea.
PWC is the future, but it won't invent itself.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, if the original pitch for last chance qualifier was they just send all the teams, I can get behind the idea. But if we can't afford all of the teams to, you know, to take all the teams or whatever it is, that's what they should do with that time slot instead. And then they get more Overwatch at the Esports World Cup. They don't spend too much more money. All the fans get something cool. And then all these arguments about what is the biggest Overwatch tournament of the year? What's the biggest LAN? People will tell you it's Stockholm because it's for World Finals. Fuck off, will it be Stockholm anymore? Then it will be the Esports World Cup, which is surely what the Esports World Cup want, right? They want to be the biggest. Anyway, rant over. This tournament, nothing to do with the Esports World Cup. Standalone Saudi eLeague Major. Major number 2, Twisted Minds versus Team Vision. Tied up 1-1. Remember, Twisted Minds have been rocked a little bit there off the back of the sim ban. Full held. And it's going to be a Kiri ban from TM. Interesting. Arissa ban from Vision to force this Ram Mirror. Obviously, KSA's comfort zone. Yubi's going to get taken down early from that slow and swing, though. AMDP, they need to pocket him through this. But they've reset TM for now. And someone was asking about the Kiriko ban. So let me reverse engineer this here a little bit. I'm not sure, actually, because both teams seem pretty keen to play this Juno Alari. Suits Violet. Suits Psycho, even. But Quartz is going to get caught on the swing now. And at the moment, Vision are just winning these duels. Now the wall off and pressure comes through onto KSA. He's full blocking. His hands are up. He will be okay for now. They've got to be careful not to go too far. But slow dive Bowler over the top. 3 for him. And another reset. Twisted Minds. Bit rocked, a bit rattled. And it's going to be a quick array. A much quick array, actually, for one. A quicker Captive Sun for Violet. And they've nearly got this Blizzard. We've seen how powerful the Mei can be. I mean, the Mei is always good when we are in these ground tank brawly things. But especially versus Ram, once the Mei gets their perks online, it is going to be, it's going to swing so much in the May team's favour. But for now, we're not at that point. Just going to be more poke at the choke. Eyes on Violet with this Captive Sun. Has the opportunity to go first if he wants, but UB does have a symbol to respond with here. Going to be a big ult trade this next one. Looking for their opportunity to come round. Captive Sun from Psycho first, actually. Violet's going to use it to dodge, but it just go onto him. Can Psycho get the trigger? Looking for it right now. Violet not triggered. Psycho can't find it. Forced all the way back, and both teams will reset. A trade of Captive Suns. It was a raid there, actually, so Team Vision's no value from their support ult. Good kite from TM during all of that, during that Captive Sun battle. Now Ray advantage, and Team Vision need a huge blizzard, or they just need their hit scan to pop off, because they are behind on ultimates when it comes to this brawl on point. Astro looking for a chance here. We'll wait for KSA's next form timing. Ray comes around now. You can see they've given a lot of space. AMDP doesn't quite have it yet. Wall just to help him. Buy a bit of time. AMDP doesn't have the Ray yet, or doesn't have the Annihilation yet. Choi's going to drop the Blizzard. He freezes KSA, but he's just out of it. No, he's fully frozen. The Blizzard does its job. KSA can't get the Annihilation off. The symbol comes through, but it doesn't save him. They can stabilize around AMDP now, Team Vision. Great Blizzard from Choi. Now player advantage, tank advantage most importantly, and Slowdive can swing forward. Quartz is low, he'll confirm that kill, and now it's just going to be easy pickings on Astro. Perfect Blizzard. And because they use the symbol to try and save KSA there, the ult situation is now more than reasonable. It's going to be Annihilation versus Annihilation, while one has this Ray advantage. 40 seconds left. TM they need to find a way out of trouble here. They need a pick. They need some magic. Wall comes out onto KSA, but he'll block through all of this. T-pose retreat from AMDP. KSA's looking for aggression with his Annihilation here, but AMDP has the counter Annihilation. Now the counter Annihilation comes out, and both ramps will stalemate. Ray available for 1 in 3% time. That's going to be the key go time for him, though. KSA, his Annihilation will expire. Ray comes through from 1 now, and KSA is going to be in big trouble. He tries to kite underneath, but he is also alone here. Captive Sun for kills, but Ice Block available. Choi has taken over the point. Now they come back to help him. Violet's going to die actually going for that Captive Sun, but AMDP, he's on the point, and it is another full hold for Team Vision. Back-to-back full holds against Twisted Minds. And on Hollywood, you can make excuses for TM. You can talk about, well, the Sim was banned, that's their strongest comp, you know. Team Vision have managed to negotiate themselves a more favourable matchup. But here, this is the sort of map TM would love to play. And that's why they picked it. They got to play a comp they love to play. And now they've been full held.
انت لما تلعب فريق ضد فريق الفريق اللي مستواه ما يكون في يعني بالامثل غالبا راح يخلي فريقه يواجه صعوبه.
And it's going to be, I mean, it's a big hole to pull themselves out of. Especially if Vision run the same version of the comp again, because they're going to get these key Blizzard timings. Now, the nature of this is you only need to push so much. Team Vision can make economic choices in certain points. You know, use one ult to try and force 2 ults. Lose the fight if you have to. Come back with ult advantage. But you only need one good ult. Why Juno over BAP now? My first instinct would just be, it's the ult value. Invariably, when two teams end up playing mirror versions of the composition, what happens is the comps get brawlier and brawlier. What an opening pick. How's UB managed that one? Violet dead immediately and some free time off the clock. But once everyone gets more and more brawly, the ults become more and more important. And I think that's where Juno just massively outvalues the Baptiste. Thank you, Sexy Vanilla Freshers, for the 9 months prime. Alright, Psycho's gonna kill Violet again. It's been 25 seconds and Violet has died twice. You can take Violet out of Korea. Choi's going to get a good counter pick though on Quartz, and that one is more crucial because it's a big attacker's advantage for Team Vision with the respawns. Not actual attacker's advantage, but respawn advantage, I should say. Now with that pick, they might be able to creep a little bit of space out. Going for a slow here, KSA. Keen to get another one, but his form is going to expire and Choi has full pocket.
جاب فيها الكل راحت دقيقه صار.
Slowdive's going to get sent to the respawn queue, and Team Vision are just sort of staggering themselves a little bit here. TM just winning these duels. Aggressive top right position is doing a lot of work for him, and MTP's going to die on point. And this is messy from Team Vision. They're pushing when they're not all back from spawn. Not everyone's ready. They're walking in a little bit, well, walking in not on each other's timing. Have to be careful here. I'm going to push forward and kill one. KSA is going to go all the way, get another one. Violet on his third death for those counting. Violet on his third death of this attack. Just need to take a breath, Team Vision. Slow it down. Take the fight. Wasted a minute and a half at his first corner already. And look at KSA. He is taking the absolute piss. He knows they need time off the clock. He is standing in their spawn. Quartz has got a kill on Choi, but Blizzard can't come out. Yubi's in big trouble. They need to save Yubi. He gets the health back. The pocket is good. And Twisted Minds are the team walking forward here. All of a sudden, it's starting to look doable. Slowdive's going to die again. Team Vision, they can't catch a break. Look at Psycho. He's on the enemy team spawn's roof. Team Vision nearly have all 5 ultimates. Twisted Minds, only 3, but the 3 key ones to take this brawl. UB is holding this right-hand side still. KSA is just roaming out of the middle of everywhere. Needs to be careful to get out as a lot of damage comes through. Pops the Annihilation to keep going. Blizzard comes out. Good kite from KSA. Speedring, I think, maybe even safe for him there. Does a good job. They lose Quartz. Annihilation stalls out this Ravo. They might just... They're going to keep swinging on KSA here, who is still blocking. They are losing people now. Choi trying to deal with Yubi, but he TP's away. KSA is able to trade that kill. The trade should be enough for Vision now. Just need to clear off UB. And they can get themselves around this corner. But that's 3 minutes. 3 minutes off the clock. And Astro did not invest for Ray. Ray and Simwall for the final fight here. Twisted Minds have everything. Might not be final fight. If they take 2 quick ones, it could be 2. But I think we really are approaching 1 good shot at this for Vision. The Annihilation is going to get limited value into the Ray. They really need Violet to find something with this Captive Son. Or a bowler from Slowdive. Both will work. They get it to this final corner, and this is where Twisted Minds have to make their stand. Aggressive position from AMDP. They swing round. Healing Pylon down. Captive Son is out from Violet. They need something with this. She's pushed for backline right now. He's looking for the trigger. He's got the trigger. One explodes. Quartz is going to file. Still behind is Violet. The rest of Vision come forward now. They are out of ults. The Symbol is there. Quartz doesn't get a chance to use his bowler. UB is beamed up on point. They've dealt with Violet behind, so it's just front to back Overwatch from both teams now. Quartz is coming back with bowler soon, but keep your eyes on this Choi Blizzard. That could be the win condition here for Vision, but Psycho dies. More opening picks. KSA dies. They don't even need the Blizzard. They just walk forward. They're out of resources. Violet is back on Lucio to add to it, and Vision will get it over the line. I thought he died at the end. No way Violet dies 6 times. 6 times in 4 minutes. In what is an unbridled success. Yeah, of course he does. Cheers. Alright. I thought they had done enough, Twisted Minds. I thought 3 minutes at the first corner. When was the last time you saw a team hold that first corner for 3 minutes? I can't remember. I can't remember. Let me cast these predictions. Team Vision are the victors of map 3. PKTL. Alright. But, I thought they'd done enough. In that final fight, they had the ults. They managed to stabilize. I think they trade Alaris, right? And that's a manageable situation. I thought they were going to run into problems with the Blizzard, but then all of a sudden, outside that form timing, Slowdive was able to take over. I beg you to check out this guy's TikTok. Is this the one unposted? Oh yeah, I've seen this one. We can watch it. Hold on. If you might have seen this on Hunter's Twitter. Let me find you. I think this one's the best. No, wait, it's not this one. Where's the best DPS player one? This one, yeah, this one. It's this one.
Fraud niggas, y'all niggas, that's that shit I
Watch
don't
this.
like. Yo shit, make believe, rapping about my own life. Woo, that's rare nigga. Woo, Ric Flair nigga. Woo, the power's in my head nigga. Woo, I get this beat the chair nigga. Soho, a Tribeca, 3 hoes.
Who've you got?
Dope money, coke money, shoe blow. My watch better, my pen's better. You don't
Playing Genji? For sure. Dangerous on the back line?
Hey,
You could have given that one to Kev.
Vomit, ungrateful niggas I don't like. Bang, bang. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Bang, bang. A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Bang, bang. Fraud niggas, y'all.
It's such a good edit. And that's the only one I watched because Unta posted it, but it's so good.
كانت العمل فارقة في الماب. ممكن ترجع معنا ديفا من جديد. ديفا مرة ممتازة تشكيلات تيم فيجن.
Alright, let me get you predictions up for map number 4. So we are in upper bracket, so no one's getting eliminated today, but obviously, rough situation.
فلاش بوينت سرافاسا أو نيو جانك سيتي. ممتاز تيم تويست مايندز.
Alright, let's take a quick look at Alcad as well. Where are Alcad at? Currently, it looks like they're 1-1, maybe about to be 2-1 versus Bright Future.
فلاش بوينت يا بوش عندك 4 مابات بس. نتكلم عن مابات البوش عندك رونسابي وماب كوليسيو، عندك مابات الفلاش بوينت، عندك اللي هو سرفاسا، وعندك نيو جانك سيتي. انا صراحه لو مكان توست بروح نروح رونسابي.
You retweeted that edit like a month ago?
كوليسيو بس كوليسيو يا اخي ما ادري احسه مو.
Alright, Alcad confirmed the second point there.
يوبي هو طبعا اللي بند
ماخذ خيار الكوتش خيار اللاعب.
Very pensive, isn't it, on the side of TM? Not a position they're familiar with being in. Not against a team like Vision as well. As much as Vision are getting a lot of plaudits from the teams that scrim them. Different kettle of fish. Even without Simple, wouldn't want to be losing this one. Wouldn't expect to lose this one. Alright, we're looking for the last little bit in this. Well, potentially the last little bit of this. So, no surprises in terms of the Alcad comp. They are on their Kiri, Lucio, Sim, Sojin, Diva. The one that was a really integral part to their success in playoffs. Bright Future, a team predominantly just for Saudi Elites, from what I understand. You're ahead of a curve? Fuck Wilder. You don't need to put more respect on your name. I won't, but maybe I should, you know? Zia's gonna have his bomb force here. They are all so low. 1 kill on the baby. That's Captain Proudstein just before beat as well, so this I think is going to be a quick reset off the back of Nat for Bright Future. No, you can't. We're not doing that one, IconX. We're not doing that one. You can have the money back, though. We can refund it. But it's a no to that one. Double support ult for both teams. Checkmate with a symbol advantage. MBHD can actually start with the overclock here. Maybe try and force out one of these ults early from Alcad. That's how he's going to start it. Symbol comes out. Moving on to point now to respond to that. Kitsune rush from Tekuno. Landon and Haku still have both their ultimates as well. An opening pick for Lubza as well. Keeps them on the back foot. Prash isn't investing the beat just yet. He goes for it now. 3-person beat only. SXJ didn't get it as they were underground at the time. But they do find an important kill. Haku won't get his beat back off. SXJ might have found the play here. Yeah, tectonic shock. Lubza doesn't have this bomb to remake, remember. Low HP, 91, trying to clean up, trying to pocket his Kiriko. Venture on him, SXJ needs to make the play. SXJ does make the play and the D-Mech. But no, it's not enough. Lubja is back. Oh, I thought SXJ had done enough. That will be Alcad winning the map. There is a hazard touch from Poro, but it's a 3v2. Oh, and Lubja, clean headshot. That'll put an end to this. Desperation downpour. Does lock up 2, but the damage is done, as some people often say. Alright, 204 Alcacia there. They'll be moving into map 3. Let's get some eyes on TM here. Your father has a Captain Prash jersey above his bed. He'll be crushed. God bless.
والله فايلت عاد السماعات دي خرافيه يا اخوان. يا اخي تخيل الكل يسال سبق تكلمنا عنها.
ان الكل يسال مين افضل لاعب، تذكر ان
الحين عاد صار في اختلاف صراحه.
اي بس
بعد ما حقق لب ستيج كوريا.
No, I don't know why Kalex isn't playing. I can ask Landon at some point, obviously. Not right now. I imagine he's busy. But I imagine it's more just an availability thing. You're still allowed free imports now for all the Saudi eLeague teams.
صح ان المنافسات ما هي زي اول بس ستيل.
Psycho here, all in pink peripheral wise.
ولكن شوف الماب، احنا ابغى احاول اغشه. وش الماب؟
هذا يا طويل العمر سلامه.
كان رونسابي. رونسابي.
And it's going to be Runasapi Diva ban from TM now. They really want to force this round mirror. But Bap ban from Vision. I don't know if that changes too much. I feel like if anything they should have banned Kiri actually here, Vision. I mean, I guess to be fair, when they played the Kiri version earlier, Violet was actually getting the better of Psycho, which is maybe to be expected. But so maybe they're quite happy to take it. Maybe they just want to get rid of a Bap. What happened to the scarf? You're right! Psycho said he would always wear the scarf.
تقدر تلعب باب
ليش ما تبند هنا؟ اوكي لو انك مثلا فريق بدل فيجن، ايش ممكن تقترح بان انك تبند؟ يعني بدايه انك كنت عرفت ان فريق توسل.
No scarf, no win. I think you're right. I think you're right.
العب ويندو على الويندو.
طيب ليش ما تبند توج على اساس انك تضمن ان كوارتز او تبند كاسدي هنا مره كويس، ترى مره كويس. ليش ما تبند كاسدي عشان تخلي كوارتز الا غصب يسوي لك ميرور فريه؟ فهمت مقصدي؟ انك تقلص شوي خلينا نقول لانك انت اساسا باند كاسدي اساسا ما راح ياثر عليك.
Funny enough, the best player in history of the game, one of his comfort picks, is better than an off-rolling Westerner. Yeah, it does boggle the mind, doesn't it, a little bit, BS Lights? But yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vision do just run the Kiri Tracer here. It's going to be harder into the sim stuff, for sure. But it feels like TM, I don't know, these last two maps have been dominant, right? Back-to-back full holds. I mean, the good news for Twisted Minds is if they can find a way to win this matchup, we're going to Flashpoint after this, and it will just be more of the same. And no Laos, Genji didn't qualify for this part of it, or for this part of Saudi eLeague.
وبسكريمات كانت اللعب في البدايه قويه مره، بس مشكله كوين انها جات في زمن الهيرو باند. لانك لما تلعب كوين انا بند عنك كيريكو اعطلك، بند عنك لوسي اعطلك، عارف كل شخصيه اقدر بندها اقدر اخرب
I don't understand why Quartz not on Sojin. I know, I think his Freyas looked really good. I think if I had to like, who are the best Freyas in EMEA? Quartz is in the mix 100%.
فرق تتجنب انها تكرم كوين لانه في النهايه بتعطل.
Maybe it's just Quartz actually.
ومثل ما سوى تويستد من امام.
Am I egregiously forgetting someone? I think Quartz is the best Freya as well.
كيريكو اضطروا يروحون مويرا والوضع صار حوسه حرفيا.
Yeah, Kai's look decent. Yeah.
اغلب الفرق تتوجه انها تتجنب انها تلعب كوين نفس الوقت. Twisted Minds حاليا.
Lubta? Yeah, I think Quartz is better. Quartz is better than Lubta at Freya, I think.
مثل ما ذكرنا باندي شخصية ديفا من تويستد وفيجن بند شخصية بابتيست. خلينا نشوف تشكيلات صالح وتوقعاتك لها. نشوف رام من الطرفين.
والله اعتقد يعني ممكن هازارد بس هازارد.
What makes Freya unexciting to watch was just a me issue. I think there's probably something about the fact that with Sojin, there's like, you charge up the rail, satisfying moment. Charge up the rail, satisfying moment. Freya's a little bit more spammy, so you don't get the same level of satisfaction. It's like, it's why CS is such a good spectator sport, because you can have that, and it's like, every bullet is high value. Same with, Hanzo's a great example, right? Like, how satisfying is watching, like, a cool Hanzo headshot. Like, it's unbelievably satisfying, right? But Freya, because just more bullets, more bolts. Rising tension versus random tension. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. But anyway, let's let's log and lock in to this Runasapi, because Twisted Minds are fighting for this series. They are in upper brackets, so they'll get another chance through lowers, of course. But after back-to-back full holds, Twisted Minds are hoping to respond. Gonna be Sojin in play for Quartz. Slow dive on the Freya. regroup around their form, but they've stolen the cart here, Vision, so they're moving that robot away right now. It's just Kiri Lucio from Twisted Minds. Well, it's a Juno Kiri, so the onus is very much on Team Vision to win through Violet and Choi, the Korean side fight. They've lost one early, but they respond. AMDP walks over Quartz now. You see, if you ever watch Twisted Minds play in these comps, where they are playing against another team that side fights a lot or invests a lot of resources there, what we will often see is Quartz will farm up his rail and he'll try and get involved in that side fight, try and help his Kiriko and his Tracer or whatever it is. Obviously here they're playing Kiri Lucio, but again Quartz still takes responsibility for contesting that side. Obviously that puts him in a vulnerable spot sometimes, but it can also lead to a lot of big opening picks. For Nervo, as Quartz tried to take a side, AMDP was just right place, right time, completely shuts him down. Now UB is out behind, and they're just going to get crushed. Violet caught napping. Crushed between them here. Astro's going to try and mark slow dive, but Vision, they're trying to flip the map a little bit, but without Violet, they're missing a key piece of the equation, and their fast assault. Psycho's going to have a much quicker Kitsune rush, because he's just still alive. Now swinging around the corner, Quartz good for it. Charging up another one. One is low. UB will finish that off, and they convert the 5v4 advantage without even having to invest the Kitsune rush there. So, very happy. Very happy with that, if you are Twisted Minds. They can now take this Kitsune Rush advantage, and if they're pressing tab, and I know Astro will be, they might even realise that they actually have a bit of a window to go with their support ults here, so Team Vision have to be careful, they have to play a little bit slow, maybe even ready for a disengage. They're going to try and contest early, but all of Twisted Minds are there right now. Choi's going to touch the point from the other side, but UB right-click forces that recall out, and this means they can't keep a point contested. They're going to flip out behind them, but TM are going to take the enemy side of the map. They even have a Kitsune Rush ready to go. Beat over the top as well, double support ult now, advantage for TM. They are all over AMDP, just full beam going into him. They have to keep UB alive, but here comes the Annihilation. UB with a TP, symbol over the top as well as he's Annihilation to trade. Ray from 1 has been kited out, no kills off this, and AMDP, he's gone forward, his team went back. AMDP has put himself in a right pickle, gets the second form, but KSA is still pushing. KSA will have a second form as well, and Quartz and Astro again, this fight, at the start of fights, mid-fight, anytime Quartz and Astro decide to make this move, it is paying DVDs for Twisted Minds. They'll clean that one up, and after a big ult trade where teams were going blow for blow, again, it is Quartz who makes the difference here for Twisted Minds. Advantage for them now, and they've got Quartz's overclock for this next fight. They'll get checkpoint before all of that though, so now, if they win this fight, big meters on the board. Astro's getting very close to this next beat as well. He's actually farming it so fast. Remember, Lucio's healing was buffed and the patch just gone. Overclock comes through now. Eyes on Quartz to find a shot. He's going to catch a bowler, but he killed Slow Dive anyway. The pocket is good. A bowler won't stop Quartz. Surely another one. Oh, one lives on a couple of HP. UB kills AMDP. One has run. He's fled the scene for his life. It is clean from Quartz. And Twisted Minds now thoroughly on the front foot. Double support ult ready to go as well. Violet might be able to the Kitsune Rush to mirror one of them, but again, Twisted Minds with that significant advantage. This time, they don't have more ults to throw into the equation, Vision, so they need something from their flank. They need Violet and Choi to play aggressively. Maybe Choi even to hit this Pulse Bomb. Now coming around, Kitsune Rush has been played. Violet doesn't quite have it yet, but one Torpedoes kill Quartz. Pulse Bomb out from Choi is good as well. It's a B and a PB. That's save for hold there for Vision. Means they get to hold their Kitsune Rush as well. And okay, 109 meters conceded. And they will be able to clean up on point here, sooner or later. And they have double support ult coming back into this one. Choice now for Twisted Minds. Team Vision have great ults for fighting on the point. In fact, maybe the 3 best ultimates in the game for fighting on the point. Twisted Minds, they've got the symbol, they've got the beat. They can mirror a couple of these, but they will win the layer fight big picture. So Twisted Minds really need it to be explosive. They either need to be explosive and find a kill early, especially with their beat timing, that's the best ult for it. Or they maybe need to factor in a disengage. For now, it's a beat push onto this Ray. Can they find any early value? Looks like no. Team Vision have stabilized and dropped the Kitsune Rush. Now Twisted Minds going to try and kite out, use this symbol, but AMDP has this Annihilation advantage. They have a chance to go. Harassment from UB, TP him forward, TP him back. Eyes on the side, Quartz as well. Kate's a bolt in the face, but he's found the headshot. AMDP with the Annihilation now. KSA still needs 10%. Can they keep KSA up? He's backpacking. His hands are up. The Suzu comes through. He's cleansed. He's held on. He still needs 6%. It's not enough. Violet finishes him off. And TM so close to that extra ult layer, but they can't make it. Psycho will find find a trade. Quartz is roaming around as well. Tries to find slow dive, but big old ram in his face. And they'll try and stagger out the Kiri a little bit here as well. Vision now threatening a checkpoint of their own, but they did have to spend heavy for it, which means Kitsune Rush advantage, Annihilation for KSA. And, well, Psycho and KSA respectively. Quartz also has this overclock. The last one, absolute vintage Quartz. Clean as you like. Expect Twisted Minds to start in this fight the very same way. Keeping his eyes on the flank here. Gonna wriggle it round. Kitsune Rush first, actually, so they just try and walk forward. Pressure onto slow dive. Cleanser's been forced now. Chance for KSA to finish one of these kills. Him and Yubi combined for slow dive. Now they walk forward, and it's all just about not trading. One's gonna get pulled down by KSA. The Tracer is behind. Yubi's trying to contest this. Double slide from Quartz. They really want this Tracer kill, but I think... Oh, Choi's gonna run into him there. Steals the health back. But easy for him. It's a pulse bomb attempt as well. But Quartz isn't phased. Quartz doesn't die in situations like that. Grow up, Choi. Now Quartz has this overclock ready to go for the next fight as well. Beat Annihilation to back it up. Team Vision desperate for their support ops to cling into this map right now. Overclock to start it. Slow dive takes a body shot. Quartz is low. Cleanse comes through. Quartz will swing left. Misses his first shot. Misses his second shot. The beat push to keep going for Twisted Minds though. They're all over AMDP who still needs 11%. KSA is behind him right now. But Yubi's got eyes on the backline instead. One has for Ray if they need it. If he can get it off, he can't get it off. Quartz punches him in the face. But the trades on point are good for Vision. It will be okay for him here. AMDP able to clean those ones up. And in the end, it actually ends up working out quite nicely for Vision. They win the fight, and they don't use the Ray or the Annihilation. A chance now. Still a long way back, still don't have checkpoint. But a chance for Vision. Annihilations are even. Ray versus Symbol. We've seen Twisted Minds use these symbols to try and counter out the Ray many a time. Vision are going to have their DPS ults online a little bit earlier during this as well. Or the Pulse Bomb and the Bowler. Annihilation forced out already in response to this Ray. AMDP will be able to get into that and has a much later Annihilation. That's both ults out from TM now. AMDP with a significant ult advantage now. Needs to hit the backline with this Annihilation. They might just try and kill KSA. He's taken so much damage. AMDP, they can be more aggressive than this. They've got the ult. The symbol has faded. It's time to go. Slow hits the card. Doesn't hit the backline. Choi's walking in. Vision are playing it slow and TM are going to get their support ults in time. Now AMDP comes up, but Kitsune Rush to mirror that one. AMDP is in all sorts of trouble. Astro has the beat to keep going as well. AMDP slowly walking backwards, tries to get to that second form, does get to that second form, but Quartz, he's taken the flank angle now, and they are all over the backline there. And there was a chance, there was a timing for Vision, but they can't find it. They tried to slow it down. Maybe they had the wrong read on the ultimates. Maybe they thought the TM supports had it already. But TM were happy to slow down the fight there. Really enjoyed getting their support ults up in time. Now it's one support ult versus one support ult. Quartz City has another overclock, which can be the difference maker here. Kitsune Rush to start from Violet. Astro beats all 5 members back. Now eyes over to Quartz. An overclock finisher here is there if he wants it. Yubi dies, but Quartz has bought the overclock. He's come through left-hand side and he's found one. He's found 2 now, but he also found 1. You do the math. Quartz in the backline now, 1768 HP. Big trouble. Damage onto Violet though. Violet TP's forward and Quartz has this off angle, but he has to be careful. Respawns are coming behind him. There we go. Slow dive just managed a threat and there'll be no more trades. Twisted Minds, Annihilation Wall coming up once again. Vision gonna have their Ray. Ray is really powerful. Pulse Bomb, comically wide of Yubi there, not even close. And this is going to be a chance for Twisted Minds to stabilize, and Quartz is good for it again. Who was it who said, why doesn't Quartz just play Sojin? They were right. He was doing fine on the Freya, I'm sure of it, but he's just the guy on Sojin. Eyes on the flank here as well. This is something Quartz does so well compared to a lot of other Sojins. His willingness to help his team and mark the flank. Ray has come out actually from 1. It's a disaster, Ray. They had to try and go for it. They had to try and clutch it. AMDP doesn't get the Annihilation. And it's not with a bang, but with a whimper. That Team Vision are going to end here on Runa Sappy. And Twisted Minds, they're not beaten yet. Map 5. Hold on, let me add that one. That one's good. Thank you.
وكان هو العلامة
Just moves different on Sojin. Yeah, I think 2 things that Quartz does better than a lot of other, maybe 3 things. Obviously, his aim, right? His aim is insane, right? Like, do not take that away from Quartz at any point. His aim is as good as anyone's. But what Quartz does so well on Sojin is his activeness in terms of supporting and marking the side. I think, like, how many times do you see these big layer fights and then it's a Quartz flank that is the difference maker? He's timing and realizing when there is space and when there is opportunities, I think second to none, really. And I think one other thing he does better than any others, I mean, all Sojins are hard to kill, right? Just the nature of the character, but Quartz never dies. I feel like it is so rare that Quartz is the one who gets picked before the fight or gets pulse bombed or anything like that. He is so hard to kill in these situations. Or just, I say in these situations, by which I mean any situation. So you put it all together, and you're going to have one of the best Sojin talents in the world. And alright, we're going all the way, aren't we? Let's take a quick stop in to check on our other fixture. Oh, keep playing. Which, I don't know, have Alcad won it already? Did Alcad close it out? Not yet.
هذا هو انا استغربت لما بندوا بالماب لاني ترى يعتبر من افضل مابات توج حرفيا.
Said we were going to Circuit Royale, but then we've not actually gone to Circuit Royale yet. So they're still on map 3 there. Okay. Put you back on the highlights here from the main stream. First time, what is Unto-Gay Sex? Yeah, if you get 7TV extension, you can see an emote for it, which will explain it. Is my 7TV isn't working right now. Hold on, let me 7TV extension.
رهيبة بين الطرفين. تيم فيجن اثبت انه واحد من افضل اتيام السعودية، بنفس الوقت تويستد مايندز عنده خبرة كبيرة ويقدر يسير الجيم ويفوز حسب
Hold on, I've lost chat for a second. While I install this ad extension.
عندنا نيوجنج سيتي صرباسة من اختيار تيم فيجن، وبالنسبة للباند ايضا.
شوف عندك نيوجنج سيتي.
Yeah, I don't know why, but my 7TV broke. Or, like, the extension stopped appearing on Edge. I was messing around trying to fix something for the Call of Dragon stream, but alright, it's back. If you want more context to the Unto-Gay Sex, it was at a celebration after the LA Gladiators' success at the Hawaii LAN. Bring back Call of Dragons? I'm trying. Unironically, Wilder, the some of the staff over at the developer of Call of Dragons, they're looking into it for me. So we've got the big dogs on it. So hopefully they can get it sorted. If not, we'll play some Warpath. Alright, let me do the Preds. Map 4, it was 49 to 51, but the 51 wins. Twisted Minds Believers rewarded.
حاول اغششكم نكمل مع اللاعب 1 وقاعد يقدم اداء كويس مره لاعب 1 في هذه المباريات، لكن خلينا نشوف الباك اوف هاوس ماتش بين القادسية.
Alright, where are we feeling, right? Good question from ZZN. Why doesn't Vision compete in OWCS? They were in stage 1, but they got relegated. So right now they're competing in Face It Masters to regain promotion back to OWCS. If you want to see more of the Face It action, I'll be covering playoffs on this channel on Saturday and Sunday as well, so we can see Vision Esports in action in their quest to regain their spot in EMEA's top division. The way it will work, big picture, is they play those Face It Masters playoffs on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to miss Friday, but I'll be here Saturday and Sunday. The top 2 teams from that Face It Masters playoffs will go to a promotion relegation tournament with the bottom 2 teams of OWCS, which was, of course, One Dip versus 100 Gorillas and Frosttails Esports. On the 13th of July, which is, 11 days from now, we'll get a 4-team tournament between those bottom 2 OWCS teams and those top 2 Face It Masters teams, where they play a double elim bracket between the 4 of them. Top 2 get to go into OWCS Stage 3. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you for the unflatten. Finally, we can unflatten people. There's so many people who have just been left flattened and never been unflattened. What's my prediction for that? I think for the promotion relegation, I think Vision and One Dip versus 100 Gorillas are going to come out on top. I think those are the two teams we should expect to see in stage 3. A 10-minute break? Whew. Alright, I guess I want to build some tension. Should we see what's happening in the Alcad match if they're back on screen yet? No? Alright, let me leave you with these beats, Ben. And I'll get some water. Predictions. Let me open for predictions before I go. Alright, map 5. If you've got some money, you got some channel points, it's time to get your wallet out and put your money where your mouth is. Map 5. This one. This one's for all the marbles, guys. Oh. Are the Kiri drops gone? Yeah, I think I've just got whatever the default. Is it just loot box drops at the moment? Hold on, let me... Valcad started. Oh yeah, should we watch... We got 6 minutes, right? So let's watch a bit of Alcad here. So predictions are still for the TM Vision game, but we're going to be watching a bit of Alcad here in the other upper bracket game, where they are very much heavy favourites to beat Bright Future, and that seems to be turning out to be true, actually, as they seem to be well on their way to a full hold with an Orisa May Kiri Lucio competition. Composition. Blizzard comes out from SXJ on top of his Kitsune Rush, forces Ziad into a more committed position. Wall comes out to try and catch the May. It does convert a kill for Lupta. And now, Ziad, he's running into the spawn. Horo plays, having to reset, does have the Annihilation, but they need to be at full strength because they are low on time. Bright Future Need something to work with. Nearly saw a fuller hold on the other series on Circuit Royale. But a fuller hold versus Alcacia, we need a cap or two to give us something to work with here. They're going to slide out. Poro plays looking on the backline here. Has Annihilation. Will keep going. Wall to try and kite this now. Still got this Annihilation triggered though. Terror Surge beat though, coming back in. Ziad has the Terror Surge now. He uses it to pull the Ray. Force them back. Ziad's still taking a lot of damage. He needs help. He's going to die going for it as well. Ult's on point. Might just get him out of it. Yep. SXJ battling his way. And they're just going to... Few people are going to die on point. Checkmate going to try and play his life. Wall to get round the corner a little bit quicker. And he's going to try and farm up the tail end of this Blizzard as well. No ults on the side of Bright Future. DPS ults for Alcacia. Even a Kitsune Rush as well. So they're going to have all the ults for a recontest. Plenty of time to get it as well. Bright Future on the ropes. Overclock will be their next ult. But they need a bit of time to get there. Lubda can go very, very soon. Overclock immediately coming back around the corner. Looking for it. Looking for this damage. Only a Ram to shoot at right now. Trying to find the squishy targets behind him. But can't find all that much. So we'll just have to pump most of it. So actually keep the rail. Kitsune Rush to keep going. Ziad onto the backline. The one shot is good. King of the one shot. Blizzard on point to take care of the Ram. No chance to get to these ultimates here, Bright Future. They will be full held by Alcacia. And the way this is going, we might get to watch all of this one before we go back into the map 5 between Vision and Twisted Minds.
هو زي ما شفنا القادسية الصراحة من بداية الجيم وهم ماسكين البوينت ما خلوهم يمشونها إلا غير يعني اللي حاول إنه يسوي سي9 بس ما ضبطت معه. لكن فريق القادسية قدروا يوقفونهم للأمانة. وقفوهم ما خلوهم ياخذون البوينت الأول. أتوقع بيكون الراوند هذا جدا سريع لمصلحة القادسية.
Thank you, Archie.
Wow, a whole year. Longer than my longest relationship, but that was in month 1 TBF.
Thank you, Archie, for the 12 months prime. I'm glad I am your longest relationship. Don't worry. You'll get one to rival this one. But don't give up on this one. This will always be your first love. Alright. Eyes on the predictions for the other game and Team Vision. People are believing 62% for Team Vision. Bright Future going to commit to a May Sigma here. Wouldn't be surprised. Alcacia, and there's a chance for them to ram if they want a good counter into Sigma. But honestly, Alcacia, I can see this very much as being more of the same. May, D.Va, can still bully this Sigma a lot. Sigma does feel increasingly difficult hero, even on Circuit Royale, once the home of Sigma. It's going to be Bull from Ziad and Alcacia. Full confidence. It's a Bull, Genji, Widow, and a Lucio. Ziad is in the backline. One of the toughest Bull maps is first point. But Checkmate is on the back. He kills MBHD. It's a late lamp challenge for Techers. And now Poro plays. He's pushing forward. He wants trades onto this backline. He needs kills. He needs values. SXJ trying to drop and take this duel with the Widow. Lubta takes 2 body shots. Grapple into the air. But SXJ is good for the headshot. They've lost Tekuno in the back. Haku doing his best Charong impression here. Diving with the ball. And he's good for both backliners. And now SXJ, no choice but to die on point. Going to be one more recontest. And Alcacia are doing whatever they want. Ziad nearly has mines already as well. And Alcacia looking to close this one out in style with a very uncharacteristic comp from them. Grapple shot from Lubda is no good. These mines are getting ever closer for Ziad. He drops nose on point and Nano potentially onto Checkmate to finish the job. Big trouble. Ziad has the mines ready to go. Here they come. Slam with them as well. Pressure onto the Freya. Doesn't find an immediate connection with those mines, but Poro plays has been separated. Now he is all over this Anna. Desperate pocket coming through, but Ziad's going to punch Tekuno in the face. Lubta finds a headshot on the baby D.Va after the D-Meg, and that should just be it. It's a blade. It's a Nano onto Ziad. It's one trade from MBHD, but he needs 4 more. He won't be getting it, and Alcacia are going to full cap this one with plenty of time to spare. Okay, which means Alcacia will be waiting in the upper bracket final. It's not quite updated yet, but Alcacia will be here, and the winner of this map 5 between Vision and Twisted Minds will meet them. Ziad the best ball in the West? Well, of course. All right. Lock in then. Still time to predict. where would I put Vision in the OWCS power rankings? I don't know. I'm actually, because Psycho said it on Uncoachable about he thinks they're the 4th best team in EMEA. Like ahead of, basically ahead of TU, ahead of Gen G. And I'm actually inclined to agree. Something like 4th, 5th actually looks really reasonable for them. They've got a few unique strengths with the double flex support backline that they use quite often. They make good use of it. Violet is a real star player in all of this. You can't underestimate the value and the impact of having a player like that on a roster can give you. Hey, Tomathan. How much of a nerf is Psycho on support for TM? Yeah, I mean, I think... So, Psycho, I think, does really fine on support for TM, given the situation that is obviously not their first choice, and he's filling in on an off-roll. I think, on the Kiriko, he looks the part. The problem is, I think there's a real argument that TM's best player, last stage, was Simple. On the Baptiste, on the Kiriko, on everything for him. Bit Savannah, everything like this. So I think, while Psycho is a more than serviceable flex support, once you get up against these top teams, Alcacia especially, but even Team Vision, missing one of your best players is always going to be a problem. So yeah, it's a nerf. It's a nerf without too much disrespect towards Psycho, because I think Psycho does do a fine job for a person filling in on the role. And okay, Vision Esports take us to New Junk City. We were on Flashpoint, so minimal choices. We kind of have got a pretty good feel of what both teams want to play in this in this type of map anyway. But a Ram ban from Vision, forcing KSA off for a Matra. Probably going to go the D.Va direction instead. And you can see actually they've actually banned Brigitte in response to Twisted Minds, saying, "Okay, you want to force us onto a D.Va mirror? Well, let's make it really good for the Divas then, and we'll see who can do the most." Obviously, AMDP has played mostly Ramatra as well, so expecting both Divas here, potentially Kiri Lucio, maybe as far as backlines go. I think Twisted Minds, definitely. For Vision, maybe there's a chance they'll still try this Juno Kiri. In theory, it should be very vulnerable to a Diva, but they've been playing it a lot. We'll see if they try and make it work here.
فنشوف هنا ان فريق فيجن ما استفاد هذا الشيء في الماب السابق. هذا الشيء راح يخليه راح يلعب على
pressure on now as well. Obviously, Vision do have a main support available, right? Like, they normally use Alba. I think they use Alba almost all the time in, or a more significant amount of the time in Face It Masters, from what I understand. But obviously, you have to... I don't know if they would have subbed him in here. Did we learn anything about the sim ban on map 7 in GK vs Liquid? From what I've heard, it was a sim ban, but the lobby bugs, so they didn't have it banned. But it was just ruled as in both teams used the sim a bit, and it was like... it was just sort of cancelled out, I guess. So it was a rule break to use the sim. Both teams guilty of it, so the result just stood from a lobby bug. So... disappointing. This kind of thing happens in such an important game, in such an important match. But I don't look at that result and think, yeah, the sim was the difference maker here, you know, because it was only TPs out of spawn and stuff. So I don't think it changed the result, or even influenced it that much, but shoddy is probably the word that comes to mind. Alright, let me crank. Use some volume here.
من امتى بموقع نشوف ايضا جنجي موجود.
ما تتوقعون ان كيسي يلعب ديفا؟
ما هو متوقع ابدا انه حميد يلعب بالديفا.
Alright. Mauga is the choice instead. So it is D.Va Kiri Lucio as we expected from TM, Sim and Sojourn, of course. Kiri Lucio as well, Violet over onto the Lucio. AMDP onto the Malgavo, and Choi slides immediately on Quartz. Stomp is good onto Astro. AMDP, big old feet for such a young man. And that is going to start Vision off with a bang. Immediate fight win. Not barely any ult charge for anyone on the board. That was over so quick. Choi hits for one shot. Stomp connects as well. And as whenever you see Maugas in this type of composition, any composition really, the stomp value is such a difference maker. Oh, got the Prince for you, there we go. Stomp value going to be such a difference maker. So eyes on AMDP. He needs to find the right balance about being aggressive, finding his timings to go without losing all his HP. He goes in for the stomp here as well. Doesn't find anything on that one. And now KSA turns full matrix onto him. AMDP trying to use that cardiac overdrive to live, but he has been back. And there you see the result if the stomp doesn't connect. Onto the back foot, and it will be easy clean up for Quartz and Magang here. As Twitter's minds get right back in. But oh, a late D-Mech is actually a huge one for one. Classic word trap I'm going to have to try and avoid. Yeah, they're TPing him back to spawn. Team Vision should go quick. As soon as one and Slowdive are spawned, they're spawned now. Start walking. Give the boys there and walk in. KSA is still swapping in spawn. He's only just swapped Diva and he's coming back out again now. Chance to get onto the point for free here. They can clear the turrets and go. Where is KSA? AMDB's actually stomping. They've taken so much of a map. Choi's onto the back line here. KSA is back in time. Kitsune Rush comes out from Psycho, but it's quite shallow. Kitsune Rush from both. Quartz with a crucial headshot. No beat for Violet now. Choi's going to pull the blade as one trades it back. Choi is going to try and turn it. UB avoids the stomp. Beams down that Sim. Beams down the Genji. They're all doubling in onto the Sim. You see the priority in terms of targets from Team Vision. If the Sim is allowed to live mid to late fight, the Sim can take over with that full beam. You saw Team Vision try and pile on top of him. We talked about stomp value, and that is who AMDP wants to stomp if he can. UB going to be saving a lot of these TPs to respond to those stomps, to keep himself and the TP, himself alive with that TP. So expect UB to hold these TPs until that engages. And beat out the choke. They come through aggressively. Astro's going to match that one as well. Violet! Stuck on a wall, dies, and he's only pick. A symbol over the top now as well, as Twisted Minds have more ults to throw in. They nearly have the cage, but Choi is low. 3v5. AMDP doesn't quite have the cage yet, and he's not going to get it in time to turn this fight. Twisted Minds will be good for the first point.
هذا اللي قاعدين نشوفه من فريق تويستد مايند الفريق اللي افضليتها بالفايت يقدر انه يسترجع مره
classic from Violet.
هذا الفلاش بوينت صراحه.
And Twisted Minds off to a good start on New Junk City. First round in the bag. AMDP has the cage for the next fight though. Twisted Minds, they have the overclock so they can burn through some of that. They have the bombs so KSA can try and remake in the cage as well. Just use it as a second life. Not a straightforward cage conversion here for Vision at all. Overclock to start it as well. They're going to try and DP it, but AMDP's taken too much damage. Violet came to help him, but he can't. Now trying to slide out, but they're all disengaging into Quartz's line of sight. They trade him, actually, but it's not going to change the course of the fight. Choi is behind. Astro is marking that one. Forces Choi back. KSA's actually had his bomb forced as well. Can he get the remake off? They're looking for him. It kills. Slowdive with it and gets the remake. KSA now backing it out on Diva. Does need a little bit of help as there's a stomp to chase him. Cage as well. They really want KSA. They'll get him. Psycho has the Kitsune Rush, but he's not in position to use it, and KSA has gone too far. Now give themselves on point. Psycho wants to contest with his Kitsune Rush. AMTP's going to hold his own. One has a Kitsune Rush to mirror it when he's back in and available in the fight. But they're trying to get where they're not using it. Now one's going to use it. Much later Kitsune Rush. Now Team Vision, though, they're a little bit flat-footed with the Kitsune Rush. They need kills. Here's the stomp. UB is separated and finds himself underfoot from that one. Important kill for Vision there since they invested the Kitsune Rush. Going to try and stabilize over it, but they have to be careful pushing into Quartz's line of sight. Dink there. They do get the D-Mech onto KSA, and Quartz hasn't been able to find a trade. So TM will be forced to reset, and Quartz will be repelled for now. Beats for both Lucios, symbol for UB, blade for Troy. Overclock, actually for Slowdive. Team Vision, looking for their opportunity, holding forward. Can even maybe overclock early, try and force this beat out, and then set up Troy for a blade versus no beat. Slowdive's looking for it now. AMTP's going to threaten in, but they flip the map here. Twisted Minds a step ahead, but now Slowdive overclock on the far side, looking for it. Symbol comes out in response to that. Beat meets the blade as well. Violet matches his though, so we're all out of ultimates. Quartz nearly has the overclock, but Violet dies during all of this as well. AMTP has slowed it down underneath. TM have the flip. Stop comes back in, but Suzu is good from Psycho. That'll make short work of the Malga. And didn't get the layering quite right there, Vision. They had the overclock that forced out the symbol. And then they forced out Astro's beat with the blade. I thought Violet was going to try and hold the blade a little bit more.
في ناس ضرب عصفورين
Swap now from Choi onto the Tracer. Kitsune Rush advantage for Psycho. Only 10% though. Slow dive. Bit of a throwaway of that rail, really. It was a tough one. Quartz will get back out to high ground. Has rail advantage as well. AMDB is going to start touching the point, but you can see Quartz looking for his chance with this overclock. He's got eyes on that backline. Starts it on the Malgavo. Kitsune Rush out. He's just going to keep this high ground position. Violet is going to be caught peeking again. Slow dive hits him with a body shot back. With a Kitsune Rush trade. Goes the way of Twisted Mind. So much damage now, and that's going to be 2 in a row for him. And the Malga starting to run out of steam. Diva swap now from AMDP. And Team Vision gonna have to reverse sweep this one to give themselves a chance. Choi onto the sim as well. Team Vision have bitten the bullet. It's a full mirror now. The Twisted Minds will be more than happy with this one. Yubi's got a significant symbol advantage. Astro with a beat advantage as well. So Dive's going to swing around with a nearly full rail. Looking for his opportunity. KSA is going to fly into the background. Good boop to keep him at bay. He's taking so much damage here, KSA. They've suited, but he's going to have to bomb. They can wait out this bomb and recontest. No, Slow Dive dies to the bomb again. How does this keep happening? Player advantage B comes through from Astro and Violet. Will just be mirrored. Symbol available from Yubi, but they have player advantage, so they might just try and win it without. Violet has been booped in even deeper. Troy with a TP aggressively, but Yubi comes out top on that one. And it will be first flip to TM. They convert the player advantage.
حاليا قاعد تمشي ل 10 11 12 تويستد ماينز على بعد ثواني من الانتصار.
Symbol advantage for Yubi now in this next fight. Was he booped? Yeah, I didn't see the kill credit for him, but maybe he was booped. That would be a little bit of mitigation, I guess. Hopefully it was. We can take another look afterwards. For now, though, let's lock into this next fight, because it is symbol advantage for Yubi. Psycho's only got the Kitsune Rush. Team Vision aren't far off for the same number of ults, but they need a little bit of time. They've only got time for one more fight. Team Vision have to win this one to keep themselves in the series. Slow Dive starts with the overclock. Symbol, just to protect all of Twisted Minds right now. They need Choi to get up to that one. Kitsune Rush comes out from one so they can hold their ground. Psycho will mirror that, but they need this symbol from Choi. He's slow charging it, 86%. We need more Choi. We need the ult. Yubi's throwing out turrets, TP to harass as well. Quartz is going to have the overclock. Choi still does not have this symbol with TP onto the side. Slow Dive is shut down. Quartz with the overclock, it's the finisher. And we just couldn't get this symbol online from Team Vision. AMDP with a desperation bomb. Remake will be denied. And Twisted Mind sweep New Junk City and seal their spot in the upper bracket final. Good recovery from Twisted Minds. After getting full held twice. Twice they got full held. Fist bumps all round. Violet going to break the meta with a handshake here instead of a fist bump. Psycho asking him about the setup. Giving him some stick. But Twisted Minds. I think what most people would regard as the expected result. Should we take another look at... Should we re-interrogate that Slow Dive death at the start? Which one? Was it this bomb? No, was it? It was before. It was right before this. Okay. Alright, eyes. Alright, KSA's going to make this aggressive move. He gets DMEX. We're going to leave Slow Dive's POV. No, it can't be, right? Like, Astro's here. Astro's here. And Slow Dive is here, right? Oh, it's a TP bomb! Yeah. Awesome. Yep. So he tries to slide away, but what can you do? Wait. Oh no, it's not a TP bomb. Wait, why does he slide? No, I thought he was putting the TP. When I paused it there, I thought he was going to TP it. Yeah. Wait, what's he doing then? Is it just because Quartz swings him? And he just mistimes it essentially? Yeah, because Quartz swings him with rail. And he just missed. Yeah, no, it is Slow Dive's fault. We were looking, I was like, at first, like, people thought he might have been booped. People, for a second, I thought it was a TP bomb, but none of that's true. It's just, I mean, Quartz does a good job to push for hiding guy, but he just, yeah, he just slides into the bomb. Fully understandable. I would rather dive into a nuke than 1v1 Quartz. What are your chances of survival? Where are they better? Are they up against an exploding mecha, or just a 1v1 with Quartz?
ودي اتكلم عن الجيم، ودي اتكلم عن ماب سيركت رويال، ودي اتكلم عن ما ادري كيف.
Easier to survive 1,000 damage from a diva bomb or
قاعدين نشوف هذا يمكن اكثر ماب متقارب 1-1-99 بس فازوا في توستد.
Or Quartz with a full rail.
صراحة على قولك ماب سيركت رويال صراحة كان ماب مثير للاهتمام، بشوف اللقطات قدامنا. وبرضه الشيء المثير للاهتمام انه قاعد تتكلم الماب الثاني انت بنتيجة 3-0.
Take the chance with the bomb. Yes.
اتوقع انه بتكمل السلسلة، لكن مو هذا اللي صار. اللي صار تماما انه فريق تويستد مايندز صراحة حاولوا قدر الامكان في ماب سيركت رويال.
What's this? Why have we added this bullshit command? I'm gonna kill all my mods. I think I'm gonna kill all the mods. Wait, have I cashed for predictions as well? Alright, so let me cash in predictions. Map 5, Twisted Minds.
تويستد كان برضه بيعطيهم في الهولد بس في النهاية فازوا
بالنسبة لماب سيركت، بالنسبة لماب هوليوود صراحة الجيمين هذه اعطت ادفانتج جدا.
Oh wait, am I gonna have to log into Nightbot? Hold on. I'm just gonna send you back to my face for a sec while I log in.
الكليب هذا اتذكره والله بالجيم، يعني مستحيل، يعني من افضل الكليبات ان شاء الله.
It's so funny though. I think it's not that funny. And it's just like misinformation. Alright, thank you, Minty Leaves.
Uncoachable compared to Plat Chat because it has 3 former coaches.
Thanks, dickhead. Fuck's sake.
ولكن وين اتماشى في ماب الرسابي استطاع بشكل جدا كبير صراحة. الجيم هذا كان برعاية وإذا بميل أحد
feature for TM in SEL Major 2 due to a rule that prevents players who played on another team in SEL 1 from playing for another team in SEL 2. Is that right? Is that clear? Someone drop a simple command. It's like a kind of convoluted rule.
بعدها كوارتز والله قاعدين احنا نتابع احنا والمحللين ومعانا العدد قاعد نشوف ان قديش كوارتز تسلطن. انا ذكرت كانه كوارتز ايام 2023 لما كان حرفيا كاري، وهذا اللي شفناه وقاعد نشوف اللقطات قدامنا. هذا ماب سيركت رويال في الماب اللي اعتقد اللي هو قبل الاخير او الاخير عفوا. وش صار بالضبط؟ ليش كذا فريق تويستد مايندز قدروا ينتصرون في
Is Anta fired? Anta's not fired.
نيو جنك سيتي يا مو
NJC. طيب
NJC
اتوقع ان بعد ماب روناسابي، بعد المستوى الخيالي شفناه من ماب كورت او لاعب كورت في ماب روناسابي،
سماه ماب كورت.
والله ماب كورت حرفيا اللي صار ما شاء الله بروناسابي من كورت، يعني واحد من افضل اداءات الفرديه اللي شفتها بتاريخ لعبه الرشو اذا ما كان افضل. شفنا برضو هنا كمل ما شاء الله يسيطر فريق توستد.
Is Chris fired?
دخلوا اجواء المباراه اكثر.
Was he ever really employed? Is a better question.
انا احس ماب نيو جنك سيتي، بتكلم ماب نيو جنك سيتي، احس ديفا سم يعني قاعد يسوي اي شيء.
Don't worry guys, I promise you we will do a TU episode and everything will become crystal clear. Crystal clear.
ما ادري يمكن خسروا الفايت، ما ادري يعني كان
خسروا الفايت في السكند بوينت.
Nice face. Oh, sorry, yeah, we've got the highlights in the background. You can have it. You just missed him, sorry.
نادر جدا فريق يفوز 3-0، من المرات تكون 3-1 3-2، بس توستد يعني اختيار الديفا فرق جدا.
وخصوصا ما بعد الفلاش بوينت لما تشوفها 3-0 غالبا السلسله اساسا
Kellen and Bliss not going to be allowed back in the country after losing to White Boys. Fuck. Yeah, TM1 had a TM won. It was weird, like, except for the Ilios, the four maps after it were all really one-sided. So it was a little bit of a weird series. But TM good for it in the end, after getting full held twice. They got full held back-to-back, but can't shake TM's mental that much. But yeah, maybe Wheats is right. Will Kennen and Bliss be allowed back into the country? They're going to be stranded. Stranded in North America. If you're going to lose to a bunch of white boys, the precedent in Korea is you then have to 3-0 them the next day. As for Crazy Raccoon exception. I'd watch it, Wheats. I'd watch Kennen and Bliss stuck in Utah. Just ending up at some kind of Mormon church or something. Takes them in.
100% وهذا النوزات تتكلم على نفس الخانه، قاعد يتكلم كل الفريقين جايين جاهزين. انا سمعت حتى انه فريق القادسيه كانوا يلعبون بول، فكانوا شويه ماخذين راحتهم وكانوا يعني داخلين بقوه هذه المره، قدروا يخلصون بنتيجه 3-0. حتى تكلمت مع الابدح بعد المباراه ويبدو انه مره متحمسين المباراه الجايه. طيب انا الحين عندي سؤال وهذا ودي
Panels would smash. How many times have Alcancia and TM played each other past month? So once in regular season, twice in playoffs, and they're probably, the way this bracket will go, or the way I think most people probably expect it to go, myself included, is they're going to play here. Probably TM get knocked down here would be my prediction, but then they set up a rematch. So could be their fifth game in about 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. So again, similar format. We got one more. Well, there's 2 more games today, but they're happening at the same time. So here on, we're going to be following the mainstream where we watch Alcancia versus Twisted Minds, and then we're on the B stream will be Bright Future versus Team Vision. Again, Bright Future, the big underdogs there. Team Vision should set up another chance in the lower bracket, but yeah. And Alcancia versus TM is becoming the EMEA fixture. You can see him in the background right now. I spot a Landon. Alcancia coming to set up. We probably got a decent chunk of time. While the players set up and everything like that, I presume we'll do walkouts and everything as well. How long till this game starts? 20 minutes if I had to guess. Yeah, this will be the last match today, so these 2 games are going to be same start time tomorrow. So it's going to be about 2:20 British time for that lower bracket final, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then about 4:20, depending how long that one goes for the next one. So pretty good midweek action, actually. Yeah, what's UB? Hold on, let me go back. Planning how to take down Alcancia. Talking as well. Obviously, the expectation is not just because Alcancia have been beating them recently, but with Psycho on support, you would expect the gap to get bigger. The fact that they had this really tight game against Team Vision, there's also the question, does this mean Team Vision are close in power level to TM and Alcancia? Or is this just part of the lack of simple impact? Let me get everything updated. Let me change the stream title and that.
وباذن الله على بال ما نجهز المباراه الجايه خلونا ناخذ بريك بسيط راجع لكم على طول.
Okay, 20 minutes. I think this will be 20 minutes. 20 minutes until we have walkouts and stuff as well, you know? So we'll be quite a while.